Okay. It's 4:00.
Yes, it is.
We
and
have
probably,
We have a few here already.
Probably as everyone noticed that we have changed our time. We were normally at, let me lower this off. We were normally at 6 o'clock, and then we would be between 6 and 7. So we're trying out 4 o'clock, and so far it has been good for us because Lisa sometimes has to get up early in the morning, so it's not so late, which is true. And for others, there's a lot of times we have people from other countries and from other states that are 3 hours ahead of us, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta go to bed or I gotta go to sleep." So here we are.
Yay.
Yes, I'm Cindy with Cindy Lifestyle and More. And if you're new to our live, I do vlogging, beauty, and skincare. And also I do live stream with my sister, Lisa.
And I'm Lisa Wright. I'm a YouTuber.
Yes, she is.
Definitely. Part-time Target employee. We have some comments.
Okay.
So Todd, if you're still here, hi Todd, welcome. And thanks for hanging out with me while I did a little bit behind the scenes. I thought I would show the setup and whatever.
Great. Oh, and before I forget, we also have Facebook friends. So we got 2 on the house on Facebook. So I always try to make sure that we say hello to them too.
And hi, Facebook people. I wish I could see your comments. And
I'll watch them. I'll watch them.
There we go. Now we got comments on stage. I left the comments off.
Yes. And then I'll let Lisa watch the YouTube.
Todd says that we hope we're having a wonderful, blessed day. Very busy day today, Todd. Very busy.
Yes.
And then send prayers, hearts. Todd wants to know what's discussion for tonight. We talked about it and I forgot.
Yeah. Okay. So Lisa has some things that's going on. She wanted to talk about cooking. And she's also wanted to talk about, it was cooking. And what did I write? Look, I got notes here and I didn't write.
I think Lance, and then Lance is going to be on TED Talk.
TEDx.
Lance is on TEDx.
So this is interesting. Cindy didn't really know what TEDx mean. And honestly, when so I got a message that my brother-in-law is going to be a speaker at TEDx. It's going to be in Temecula. I thought it has something to do with the movie TED. No. So I went on to TEDx, and it's a convention. It's speakers, that they choose, and they go up there, and I guess you get chosen. So that's as much as I know, because I don't want to go any further, because I don't want to start saying things I do not know.
Right.
So I'm going to let Lisa take over from there.
Well, TEDx, they have series all across the country. Mm-hmm. And there's the one big TED. There's TEDx, which is the smaller venues. And then there's one big TED. And then, so he's on a TEDx in Temecula, and that's in late September, later on this month.
Right.
And then we're going to, so we're going to be heading out that way. And then he's going to be speaking. It won't be on YouTube yet, but after they do all the editing and everything, put everything together, then he'll have his own speech on YouTube.
Replay. Yes.
Mind Game says, am I ever invited on again after Sunday night? I'm now taking a course to get certified on NLP. Absolutely. And good luck on the course in NLP. And let us know what NLP is.
It's
I'll look
abbreviated
it up.
words, but what is it? Yes.
I'll look it out.
All right.
NLP. Oh, that's right. We talked about that linguistic programming.
Oh, okay.
So he's taking a course on linguistic
Oh, that's awesome.
programming.
Yes.
That's really good. That's nice.
That's
I
real
appreciate
good.
that.
Yes.
And then Todd says, I like the new look, Lisa. Thank you very much. Yep. I mean, I just like decided to turn it on a little early and get set up.
Yes.
And he says,
absolutely.
Peace.
Yes. Thank you, Todd. Yes.
Thank you, Todd.
Yes.
He likes the music. Todd's also going down the rabbit hole. That's great. I love that. That's really good.
Was there a little bunny?
It's a little rabbit and it's a hole. Good taste in music. Appreciate it. I'm just using StreamYard samples. How are you? I'm just using the StreamYard samples. I just downloaded the music. In the StreamYard gives you the option to download additional music. I went on YouTube. I went down the list of all free, copyright, free from copyright, etc. And it's not that huge of a library, but I just said, I'm just going to grab these and I'm going to put them up.
And you wanted to make sure it consigned with StreamYard, because sometimes I go on iMovie, and it happened to me a couple of times. I'll use a music, and then all of a sudden it says it was fine with YouTube, but it wasn't. I didn't get no strikes, but it still showed a copyright. It was like, okay.
Yeah,
you did your homework.
Yeah, copyrights don't bother me. Are you just using the StreamYard music royalty? It's all royalty free. I got the royalty free, downloaded it from YouTube. And I don't use any of the StreamYard music. And I'm going to also upload more. I'm going to try to do like a soundtrack to help spend the time. Cindy says hi to Todd. And Todd says, how you doing this evening? Very nice, Todd. Appreciate you being here and supporting a lot. Good. Okay, yeah, I was right. Neuro-linguistic programming, 100%.
That's great.
Yep, there's the rabbit hole.
There's the rabbit hole.
So if you want to know about rabbit holes, last night I have to go down my rabbit hole. I go down my rabbit hole every Wednesday night. And I wake up in the morning and I see if my favorite truth seeker is on. He doesn't come on all the time. He only comes on when he has enough research, and then he'll come on. And then I have a dude that I watch. Now, the dude's a flat earther. I'm not into flat earth. I don't believe in it, but he's into it. But I like all the other stuff he talks about. And so I follow him, and he's on almost every single day.
Oh, really?
He's a hoot. Oh, yeah. This guy's a hoot. I love his show. The Days Oh My Life is on. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Oh, Khan's here. Hi. It's one of my new subscribers.
Nice.
Is it Khan or Kuwain or Kuwan? Yeah. And then I want to say it right. And then Andy Mont on TV Andy Mont TV3 is here. Welcome to all of you. I do appreciate you all being here. Good friends.
I think we're caught up on messages from YouTube. I'm on Rumble now.
That's right. Tell us all about this.
Well, I posted my first 2 videos.
Okay.
So,
and we have to be on Rumble to see it, correct?
You have to go to Rumble. It's the same videos. I'm just repurposing my YouTube over to Rumble.
All right.
Because I spend a lot of time over there. I 50-50. I spend half my time on YouTube, but I do spend a lot of consumption time on Rumble. And so now I'm posting over there as well. We'll see how it goes.
Is there a charge for it, or is the same thing like YouTube? No charge. Okay.
No, it's no charge. They have premium, which is a way for you to avoid the ads. Andy Monson's happy face. They have a way for you to avoid the ads, and the ads are hilarious over there.
Oh, really? So they're a little bit of comedy?
There's nothing compared. There's the ads over there is insane. like
Uh-huh.
like it's out of like left field. You know what I mean? You're not going to get those ads over on YouTube. They're a trip. So yeah, I just decided.
Oh, wow. How exciting.
So it's all independent creators. And I wish I had done it years ago as well, Rumble, because I started watching it back in 2020, 2021, 2022. Yeah, I started watching Rumble. So
all right.
Lots changed. A lot has changed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's good. Okay. And then cooking. What are you talking about? What's the thing about cooking?
I'm going back to be doing in the kitchen.
Okay.
There's going to be some days where we're live and I'm making dinner.
Yep. Right. You were mentioning that.
Cooking is so much fun. Yeah. And I like it. And I'm going to be, I told Cindy, don't be surprised if I'm in the kitchen cooking.
Yeah. Because
I do have to get dinner ready by 4.
Yeah, he goes, he doesn't care about the clean. That's the only thing. Megan cooks enough for me. I have to go in there and cook the pots and clean the pot. I mean, not cook, clean the pots and pans and clean everything up a little bit.
That's the rule. Whoever cooks, don't do the dishes. But I like to keep it clean as I go. And so I clean as I go. So anyway.
Okay.
And what else? What else? So yeah, I got that done. I got the Rumble thing done. I got I had to go shopping today. I know I never buy clothes. You know that.
You never buy clothes?
I rarely ever shop. I hate shopping. But we're going to a wedding on Sunday.
Oh, so you had to go buy a new outfit?
I had to get something because it's been hot. So.
Yeah.
So I had to get, and it's an outdoor garden.
Outdoor.
At the Quiet Cannon.
Yes.
Montebello's Quiet Cannon.
Yeah, that's a nice place. I went to a wedding there for years ago. I went with, remember our old friend Ernie? And he took me. We had a blast. Yeah. And years and years ago. Yeah. It's a nice place. Very nice place.
All right. So
I was watching TV this morning. I woke up and I saw this story about 6 women from 78 to 97 that what would they do different or they would not do different 20 years ago.
Right.
And the oldest one was 98.
Okay.
And it was pretty interesting because some said, the first thing most of them said was, keep going whatever you're doing. Be busy in your life. Don't worry about things because things happen. You can't solve everything.
Yep.
Enjoy yourself and don't worry about too many problems because you'll have problems today and you'll have problems tomorrow. And what happens today is tomorrow's yesterday. And that's the strangest thing because one of them said this and I'm like, where did I hear that? And I actually heard that in All in the Family. Now, maybe I didn't say it exactly the same, but it was like the same. So they took these 6 women and they basically talked about different things, but they were all saying the same things in their own way.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I thought that is really interesting because some were still married, some were widows, you know, some been married twice, some were married once. And first thing they also say, don't look back and look forward.
Mm-hmm. Don't look back, just keep looking forward.
Just keep looking forward. I wrote them down. I actually wrote it down because it really, you know, I mean, even the ones that were widows says that it's hard for them, but they'll continue looking forward. Get along with your family. Smile if you disagree. And I just thought it was a really cool thing because they just talked about general things. The questions were general and no matter how they said differently, they were saying the same.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I realized everybody has their own opinion, but at the end, the opinions are the same. It's just different ways of saying it.
Right. And how would you, I mean, if you were to look back 20 years, what would you do?
I think I'm going to learn from my mistakes. I would learn from my mistakes and don't do it again.
Okay.
I think that's a really good, I had somebody told me that when I used to talk to a lot of women, and I say it all the time, that were older than me, they said, learn from your mistakes and try not to do it again.
Yeah.
And I think they're right, because they even said, we got 5 in the house. Welcome everybody, and hit like. We would love that, please. They all said that because they said they were still making mistakes, but not the same mistakes. And they said the same thing. These group of women said they make mistakes too still, but they don't want to repeat it. And think about what you say. That's what they said. Think about what you say. Okay. And God is the only one that can change anything. And be happy where you are. I wrote all these things down, and I really liked it. I really liked the show, and it came on at perfect timing because, I just wanted to sit down and listen to it. First, I went by the YouTube channel, I just looked at it, and then I went like, I want to go back and go see what it was about. So it was a really good, interesting subject.
And that was on what channel? YouTube? What was the show?
It's called Life. Oh, did I write that down? Life, would you do different from your 20s?
I just did a video about that the other day, by the way. I just did a video. Yep. I just did a video about what would you say to yourself when you were 20? And I said that I learned, if I were to talk to my 20-year-old self, that I learned that life runs in by decades. So like in your 20s, you're learning, in your 30s, you're doing, and in your 40s, you're kind of like stepping down a little bit. You're getting burnt out. And in your 40s, 50s, and 60s is where you hit midlife. And that's when you start, not that you don't care anymore, but that's when you start having that existential experience in life.
Right.
Also, I said, don't share your wins with people at work, because there's people at work who don't like it when they see you win. So don't tell everybody
that.
Don't tell everybody everything about your business.
Oh, they did say that.
Oh, they did?
I think so. Yeah. I still got reading. I got notes back here.
Okay.
Oh, make your own happiness.
Yes. Make your own happiness.
Learn to live with people. And if you don't agree with them, then don't say anything. Just smile.
Okay.
So it was God, what is it? Life regular? I wrote it down here, but I scribbled it. Back to 20 years. Okay, maybe that says. It's on the big TV set. On my big TV.
We'll have to look it up.
Yeah. Watch, it'll come up on right when well, I'll let you know next time so we don't
drag this on.
Yeah. I'll find it.
That's good.
One was married to a minister, but then she hurt herself. And life does not diminishes. And life changes as we go. But keep your same values. I wrote a lot down, I mean.
Yeah, you really listen to them. Hey, Cindy, Todd, and Andy. And then Peyton says, hey, Lisa. He also says, hey, Cindy. Peyton's here.
Hi, Peyton. How are you? Welcome. Lisa and I were looking at some things, but I'll find it. I'll find it for you, Lisa. I promise. It's on my big screen. I didn't watch it on this.
Okay.
So that was a really good one.
And you were watching that today?
Yeah, this morning before I came on. And I thought, I want to mention about that because we've talked about that, and I guess who's ever talks with them, he talks about different things, different subject. Like there's another one he's going to have with them, but it's not about this, it's about something else.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like a little show that they had. I don't know how long ago it was. I didn't see the bottom part, but I just watched it and really enjoyed it.
Nice.
And Peyton says, you're doing good? Okay, good. So any other, well, I guess I'll just keep talking. I guess so. Okay, so the other thing was hours have been kind of slim, so I've been checking for hours. And then I was a little emotional today. I had my little down, so I'm trying to get myself back up. Oh, and then I've been watching there's another show I've been watching that she's not a widow anymore. She's been remarried, but it's about grief and how she is remarried. Her kids have grown, but she still grieves with her first husband. So that's been an interesting video for me because it's reality. Not everything that's happened in her life is happening to me, but circumstances that she said is very true. Okay, so and she had a YouTube channel before she got started and before he passed away. But she's more of a do-it-yourself video, like she does those kind of things like cooking and fixing. And, I haven't seen the rest of her videos, but she talks about grieving and talks about different things. So I've been watching that as well. I've been trying to watch things positive, motivational, try to answer my questions. And this is another thing that is pretty true. So I've been kind of praying, asking. I always feel like when you ask, I feel like the Lord says things in other ways. He tries to answer it. And a lot of times when I'm going through the YouTube channel, things will come up in different times. And it kind of relates to a question that maybe I had 3 weeks ago or 2 months ago or even 6 months ago, but it relates into questions I've asked throughout my life.
Okay.
And I like that. Or if I'm driving, I'll see someone's license plate or I'll see a sign. And it has nothing even with grief, just questions that I've had. I feel like it'll answer me. And it'll be like, that kind of answers my question. Has that ever happened to you?
Yes and no. I mean, you seem to have really paid attention to it. And I'm like passing. Oh, okay. I guess that answered my question. But yeah.
Yeah. I think that when I really look at something, I try, I drift away and drift back in, drift away and drift back in. But sometimes when I really more aware, it'll answer me because you can't come up and have a cup of coffee with me and answer my question. But certain things will answer my question. So I've been, and then like this channel that popped up with those women, it was pretty interesting. I think that one time ago I asked something and they popped up, and a lot of things that they mentioned was things that I've asked questions about.
Well, Google does listen to you.
Really? Oh, yeah. When you put it in the computer system.
No, it listens when you're talking.
Like right now?
Like when you're just running around the house, in the car, just talking to family, friends, whatever. The Google is listening to you.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you find that out?
It's always been like that.
Really? I thought you have to go into it and put something in the computer for it to get what you need.
No, Google listens.
I never heard of that, but this is the first time for me.
So you go to YouTube, and then YouTube shows a video that you were probably talking about 5 minutes ago, or maybe hours ago. And you're like, what? That, huh? And
Yeah,
it's because
that's kind of how I feel.
It heard you. Google has a nest inside of here, and it can listen.
Wow.
It doesn't bother me. I don't care. It's like, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. So
yeah,
some people get paranoid about it, but there's really no point in it. It listens to you.
Well, it doesn't. It would never paranoid me if it's doing
There's
it.
People out there who get paranoid about it.
Really?
They're like, yeah, they think Big Brother's listening. Big Brother's been listening forever.
I get some people say I don't do social media. Okay.
But you have one of these around with you.
But yeah, I'm like, well, you're listening to emails, you're taking photos, you're doing this, but it's like
there's an iCloud, and there's even when you're driving down the road, there's cameras everywhere. It's just a part of public safety,
right?
And it's a part of marketing and innovation. Whether you like it or not, you're stepping into innovation. That is
right.
Doesn't matter. And if you want to be, and the only way to not be a part of it is literally don't own a phone. Just stay with the old antiquated ways and just don't do any of that stuff.
Well, if you think about it, way back when the phones came out, your only thing you were able to do is talk. Then it came out that you can text. And that was, think about how each system came around, and now you can do photos, and now you're doing videos. It's like, I think social media is all around us, regardless if you look at Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, or, it's still around us.
Text messages can get saved, blogged, recorded, all kinds of stuff. It just is what it is. I don't care. Just don't do anything that you don't want anybody to know about, or anyone have a problem.
Right.
There you have it. But I thought we were going to see. I had to go and get my favorite shampoo today. you know what I found out? Lance has been washing his hair every single day with purple shampoo.
Okay, so the purple shampoo helps control the brassiness and the redness for life, and it makes white and silver, but it can dry out your hair.
I told him your hair is going to dry out, and your scalp's going to get dry. So stop doing that.
So is there another shampoo that you have there?
I went and bought the Monday shampoo. I like that stuff.
Monday shampoo? Do they have a Tuesday shampoo?
No, it's called Monday.
Really?
I love it.
And that's sold at Target?
It's sold everywhere. It's like a regular supermarket brand.
Yeah.
CVS brand.
And how long has it been out?
I don't know. But it's great.
Is it, do they have for different types of hair, like dry hair, color treated hair?
Yeah.
So they have a whole different.
No sulfates in it, things like that.
Vegan, gluten-free.
Yep, all that stuff. Yep. And it's good. Oh, we also talked about having guests on, but we're going to plan all this out in advance and invite and schedule and do it only once a month.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
We talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's good. You're letting everybody know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to have surprise guests, people who are not always on the show, people that we've known for a while. Some women you're going to come on the show. We're going to invite maybe even some people who, have little businesses, or have a friend who's a t-shirt company.
Yeah.
He makes t-shirts, hats, stuff like that. Put your logo on it.
Exactly.
Someone like that, talk about how they got started, what do they do, who do they serve, how they do it, how they mail that stuff out, all kinds of stuff. And do they make any money from it?
Right. Right. Anything somebody may do, I'm just giving up there. You know, somebody may do clay, you know what I mean? They make pots and clays. They do art and things like that.
Right.
You know,
So
it'll be different. And I see, I like listening to people, what they do in life. Because again, not everybody's the same. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would be really fun. I don't want to be designated in one little system. I want to have different things out there, you know.
Right. I know. And you know, it's so funny. The other day, you and I were talking about shout outs. How we don't see a lot of people anymore doing shout outs.
Yeah, I noticed that. And you're right. You're right.
I think a lot of people, YouTube doesn't mind doing it, but it got a little bit out of hand.
I think they used to do it a lot.
Yeah, there were like, well, not long ago let's just say like maybe 5-7 years ago, 10 years ago, there was a group of women who were they were older women, and they would share their lives, and they would do all kinds of stuff, and they would have shout outs for each other, and they would do lives together. Right. So it'd be like a panel of 4 or 5 women. And then I think a lot of them dropped out, you know. But
I remember I saw a live, and I was looking at, and this is before I start doing lives. And somebody said, and I guess these people had somebody different on their panel. You know, I say panels. And someone says, I'm so happy to see somebody different on the panel. And it was like, and the first thing they came out and say, well, weren't you happy with it? They were like, yeah, but somebody different. It wasn't bad.
Well, women are very cliquey. I don't know if you knew about that. Women have a way about keeping that clique tight. And they also have a way of kicking you out of the clique too.
You're in, you're out.
You're out. And they show, and women don't show each other any mercy whatsoever. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, people do it in neighborhoods. You're all invited to the party, and then all of a sudden, one less person's at the party. Then this person, then all of a sudden, that person's not at the party. Now they're back to the other, and it's like,
Oh yeah, women talk about that all the time. I sent you a video. Oh, it's my.
I have to watch it. Is that what it's about?
It's about cliques and women and all kinds.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to watch it because you sent it to me and I thought it had something to do with TEDx. I was like, what is this? Okay, so I'll watch it. Yes, you did. It's true. It's true. What did you got there? Salad?
Salad and enchilada. Let's put it in the oven.
Yummy, yummy. The other thing too, you see that in a lot of work. You know, these certain people sit together, and these certain ones sit together, and and if you come in, you say hi. It's like, who are you? Are you new? No, I've been here since 2017. Oh, do you work every day? No. It's like. Instead of being positive, just say hi. It turns into, here comes the question.
How long have you been doing this? How long have you been here? I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you either.
I know. I'm like, okay. Oh, that's Megan's mom.
And there always has to be a queen bee in every single group. Always have to be the queen bee.
I was watching Carol Burnett's show one time, and she had you know how she has guests and they do the little theater, they do their little skits. And there was one that she played in the middle, and she's saying this and she's saying that, but then someone says something, and then all of a sudden the other person starts getting all the attention. She's like, I love, and that's what I was talking about the other day. These skits that are comedy, it's because it's reality. That's why they do that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's make a story about this.
You and I have a former, no longer here, have an aunt who was like that. She would get upset. She'd be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, as soon as the cousins would come in, we'd be all hanging out together. And all of a sudden, she'd be getting mad. She'd be like,
well, like mom and
what's wrong?
Mom and her
What
were
happened?
sisters, right? Mom and her were sisters, but he's my father. It should have been our father. Me, my father. and my dad used to say, "It's both
my
their
dad."
I mean, my
you and I, yeah, you and I go, well, I'm gonna go visit dad. I'm like,
right.
okay.
And
Not
I
my
sat
dad.
there. I sat there at the party. This really happened. I sat there at the party, and our aunt's going, "Oh, my father's here. That's my dad. Everybody, this is my dad." And I'm sitting there going, "Oh, yes, he's the grandfather." And then, you know, the cousins go, "Yes, this is our grandpa." And people think that we're not related, you know, just like, no, this is our grandfather. This is, it was, you know, I always thought that was weird because it was like, what do you mean my dad? My father. When mom's sitting there.
I had a gathering to go to for Christmas, or I don't know what it was.
Okay.
And I get a text message from a cousin saying, you know, so-and-so got really upset. My aunt got upset because you didn't refer to X, Y, and Z as uncle first and aunt first. You didn't say that. You said, hey, we're going to go over to so-and-so's house. Who's my uncle? Mm-hmm. What time are you going to be there? And I had copied them in on the video. And she said, she got really upset because you didn't say we're going to Uncle Jerry's house and Aunt Martha's house. So
you mean our uncle? You just said my uncle.
I just said we were going to Jerry and Martha's house. I didn't say Uncle Jerry and Aunt Martha. I didn't say it to her. And she got
you
mad.
Probably were not even thinking about it.
Says,
and it turned
tell
into
Lisa that that's very disrespectful. That, oh, but you refer to me as Lisa. Tell Lisa. You didn't say
our niece.
Tell niece Lisa.
Exactly. Yeah. And the other thing is, why couldn't she call you? You're her niece. You can't call me and say, hey Lisa, why did you do, you know, I mean, you're her niece.
Because she knows that I'm going to tell her who gives a shit.
Right.
She knows I'm going to say that to her. Like, okay, whatever.
See how things grow?
So you want me to call you every minute of the day? You want me to call you? You want me to write down to my uncle? You know what I mean? It's like, why can't I just say we're going to go over to their house? Why does it have to be so freaking damn formal? I know, I mean, I'm not disrespecting you, but give me a break. You know, what difference does it make? Oh, I'm going over to my sister Cindy's house to be with my niece Megan. And it's like, come on, you know, this is 2025.
2025, right. But what did those ladies say? Don't start anything. It's not worth the time and effort. That's not worth the time and effort.
There's so much going on in the world.
Right. You're going to worry about.
You're going to worry about that stuff.
Yeah. Or like saying, you haven't called. You haven't called either. I mean, it's like, why even go there? It's like, you're right.
And why is it I always have to go over there to visit? Nobody's come over to my house. Nobody said, hey, I'm coming out. Nobody said, hey, I'm going to come out to California. I'm going to come out and see you. Oh, no. But I have to go all the way over there.
I got to drive 16 hours. I got to fly on a plane. Well, think about how many times you and Lance you went over there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Think about it. It's not that
I
you
got a
didn't
little
enjoy it.
burned.
Huh?
I got a little burned one time because they came all the way out to California.
Oh. Like a year ago, 2 years ago?
Didn't tell us and didn't visit us. I know they went to Disneyland.
And they know you love Disneyland.
What happened? So I was over it.
So you're like, that's it.
I was over it. So there you have it. Lots happened over there. Since my uncle passed away.
You hear a lot.
My uncle, not our uncle. Oh, no. My uncle.
Yours.
That's
how it was.
Yeah.
That would be like you saying with a bunch of people in France, this is my uncle. Isn't that Cindy's uncle? And people probably would say that. Isn't that your uncle, Cindy? Yeah, that's my uncle too. Yeah.
That was our family dynamic growing up. And Mom still says it, my dad.
Somebody started it and everybody else had to do it because one does it and the next one does it. And then I have water and I have coffee. I got both worlds here.
Of course, me being the one I always am, I responded with the text going, so tell my uncle, Jerry, and my aunt, Martha, that
Nally.
That's not good. That I'm going to be with my husband, Lance, and my mother,
Sarah.
Insane. She laughed. She thought it was funny.
You know how long it took you to say all that when you could have just said names? Everything is, you know what it sounds like? Labeled.
Well, I'm damned either way. It's kind of like, are we going to aunt and uncle's house? If I said just aunt and uncle, why didn't you say Aunt Martha and Uncle Jerry? You know, it's like, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. What difference does it make?
Only one life. We're here on earth. Don't make it complicated. That's what it says.
And now they're gone.
Like Mom. Yeah. Cynthia. Yes, Mom. What is it? Because it's something that I need to know about. Cynthia, guess what? All right. What is it, Mom? You got my hair goes behind my ears. Got my full attention.
It's never always good news. It's like, guess what happened? Damn.
Guess what?
Guess what happened?
When I used to drive from here to go see Mom in Whittier, it was always before I even walk. As soon as I walk in the door, guess what?
What would she tell you?
Huh? Just anything happened in the neighborhood or something. But I didn't even sit down yet. I didn't even. Guess what? Look, let me put my stuff down. Let me relax for 5 seconds. But she wanted to make sure that she told me, you know, it was like, okay.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, what happened, Mom? I'm like, well, let me put my stuff down and we'll sit. I'll be right there. I'm like, I've been driving for 4 hours. Let me relax for 5 minutes and then we can go from there. I had a weird dream of Whittier, you know what I'm saying? And had a dream of that when Dad thought he won the lotto.
Okay.
And it looked so real because I remember like the dream looked real at the time.
Okay.
Of course, when I woke up, I can barely remember it. But I was like, oh my God, that really did happen. That ticket. And remember, Mom, I knew something. I woke up this morning and I knew something was going to happen. she's making her huevos, bacon, and her potatoes. I knew something was going to happen.
The lottery.
And it took you. I'm sitting there going, are you sure? Are you sure? Because he had 2 tickets, you know. You're like going, wait a minute. Look, you're all, give me all the tickets. No, Lisa, I told you. I felt something, you know. Boy, he had to go take a shot of whiskey. He had to go open up his can of beer. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning. I just don't know what happened, but I remember I was like, this big commotion in the kitchen, and I'm just sitting in the back room doing something. I don't know what I was doing. And you came out and you straightened it all out.
Okay, so the lotto tickets used to, I don't know if I haven't bought lotto tickets.
They used to print out a ticket for you. I think they still do.
Yeah.
He had his lotto ticket. He had the sheet, and then he went to a printout. But I don't know. Did he have 2 or 3? He had 3 of them, right? I don't know how he got 3.
The printout, he went over, and I think he got the lotto ticket winner number. It looked like a lotto ticket.
Okay, then he had his.
And then he was looking at it was weird.
But he had another one. That's what I didn't understand. So what happened was he got his ticket, sat it somewhere, and then had the 2 of them. Can you imagine if he would have gone into the liquor store?
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't ever know.
Running. I won.
That's crazy.
I watched a story. It's another YouTuber, Large Lamont. He's really, I like watching storytellers. I don't know why. I'm really into it, you know. And he goes out, he lives on the road. They live on the road to talk about stories, you know, but real legit stories. And I guess there was somebody on his like last dollar, didn't have a job. You know, there's some stories, you know, and it's actually a true story. You can look it up. But what it was, they actually go to the place where it happens. Like, that's the liquor store. That's the house, you know. And he won. He won like millions.
He won the lottery.
He won the lottery. Like, okay. Yeah, he's sitting there looking at his ticket and he won.
Okay.
Well, to make a long story short, so him and his girlfriend, he didn't get a financial advisor. He's never had a lot of money. And he spent it basically. Moved to Florida and he's buying, people were asking him for money. They're buying this, they're buying that, they're buying this. And I think he bought a plane. Like a plane, a private plane. I have to send you the YouTube, but it's like, you hear these things happen, and he actually was living in a squalor place.
Uh-huh.
They lost everything. Taxes, money's gone. They lost their house. We're talking about a big, gorgeous house. They spent it. They spent it like, let's see, I think he won it in the 90s. Don't get me wrong, but I think they spent it like within 16 years or less. Like,
they could have just lived off of the residual interest.
That's what he was talking about. It was either 16 years they spent it or 10 years. It was something like that. Okay. So they're living in and drugs. They got into drugs. Okay. So they're living in a business. They found them in a business, living there. There's needles everywhere. It's a sad story. And he goes to that place too, where the place is at. He talks about everything. And I'm just sitting there, going, my God, they get a divorce. They get separated. She goes to jail, I think. He goes to jail, I think. And he dies. Everything is gone. Everything.
Do they have kids?
No.
Okay.
But I mean, it's, and Greg used to watch lottos and how and it's like, it shocks me that you can win this kind of money and it's gone.
And you have nothing to show for it.
Wiped out.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a vlogger that does that too. He goes out to places and talks about that, of all the things. Sometimes I can't even watch it because it's just like, I don't get it. It just.
There's a guy here in California, in Los Angeles, and he talks to the people on Skid Row.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. He goes up to them in their tents and all that. Yeah.
And then he'll have them in, he'll have like a studio, and then he'll interview them.
It's a Bubble Labai they go in his studio and they talk to him, right?
Yeah. He was on Joe Rogan.
Yeah. And he's the one that went to the Whitakers in Virginia.
Yes. Yes.
I watched him too.
Yes.
He's a storyteller and they're true stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I watched everything. He's really good.
He interviewed people about life that I didn't know them, but I knew them on the street. I knew who they were. And I'm like, oh, I was familiar with that guy. Oh,
you actually saw some?
Oh yeah.
That you actually or heard of, right? You've heard of
it.
No,
I worked off of
Skid Row.
I worked in a business
that
was on Skid Row. No, on Skid Row.
I remember that. Yeah.
And I knew the guy who had a big dent in his head, the black guy, and he had to wear like his hair covered with.
He had a dent in his head?
Yeah, he got shot in the face by he was a victim of a drive-by shooting.
And he
wasn't into drugs, he wasn't into anything, just one day he was a victim of a drive-by shooting.
And he survived.
And he survived. He had his face blown out. And so he was never really able to recover from it. And he ended up on Skid Row begging. And he did that for years. And I remember him.
Oh, is he dead now? Or is he?
Mm-hmm.
Is he?
He died.
But it all because of what happened, right? It was all because of what
legend.
Happened.
He became a legend down in Skid Row because of the story that he told.
Yeah. So he actually got a chance to have him in his show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's also I think he went to Arizona. Like he's following this lady in Arizona and making sure she's okay. And he goes down there and he helps too. He tries to help, but he can only do so much, But really nice. I watch him. I love true facts. That's what I watch more about when I'm not doing our.
I don't watch a lot of that stuff. The documentaries. Because it brings me down. It brings me down.
Oh, it doesn't. It's true life. I mean, I'm like, it's true life.
I live in a fantasy.
You can't hide anything. That's how I feel. You can't hide. It's there. That's why he shows it. You know what I mean? Or there's another guy that goes down and he goes, the business is gone. It's not here anymore.
The guy,
I watch different things, but that's the Russian I do watch, huh?
The Russian that lives in the Russian who shows Venice Beach.
Yes.
He's friends of
no,
Adam.
He's German. I think he's German.
Oh, okay. I thought he was Russian. Yeah. Okay.
And he does tattoos, I think.
Oh, he does? Okay.
Because he has his own shop, and I think it's a tattoo. Greg used to watch him.
He also always showed like the different stories and downtown and stuff, how much he knew.
But it's life. It's true life.
How much has changed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true life. But I like facts. I like true stories. I don't like to watch other things, but I like watching paranormal, like things that
paranormal stuff.
Yes, I like watching that. Paranormal. I always say paranormal.
That hotel where that girl, the hotel where the girl was in the tower, the water tower, that was right around the corner from where I worked.
I told you about the story.
You can look up the rooftop, and the hotel was right there.
Yes. CeeLo. Is it CeeLo?
I think it was that's called, right? Hotel
I'm trying to remember the name of the hotel.
Cecil.
Cecil. That's
Cecil
it.
Hotel. Yep. It was right around the corner from where I worked.
Well,
Even remember the big old story about what's his face, what's his nuts? Him and his girlfriend had the apartment in downtown. What's his name? Johnny Depp in the big old trial.
Mm-hmm.
And he lived at the Kodak building. The Kodak building was right around the corner.
Oh, I know. Right around the corner. Yeah. Yep. I see. That's what I'm saying. If I would have watched some of these stories, I never would have knew about that hotel until I watched one of those YouTube stories. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. It's a true story. I like those are things I like watching because I know it's true. But I happen to be watching YouTube. When you watch one story, another one pops up. You know what I mean? And I was like, what is this about? And I'm like watching it, and it goes from the 1930s, like way back in time, that's been open there. And a lot of things that happen in that hotel, though. Yeah, they say it's haunted.
Well, there's a lot of negative energy
anymore.
There's a lot of negative energy in that hotel.
Yes, it's not open anymore. But there was a lady who worked there, like the manager of the hotel.
Yeah.
And she didn't live there. She'd go home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she said it was always something happening.
Right.
But guess
a lot
what?
of stuff.
A lot of stuff. The gentleman, like the maintenance man that works around, nothing never fazed him. Right. They actually talked to him.
Right.
And and he just yeah, I noticed things, but he never took it in too hard. He just went to work. It was his job. And that's what he did.
How she got in that water tower is an impossibility.
He says he locked it. It was locked, as far as I know.
Those usually when you get up to the rooftop, they're always locked.
Who would want to go to the rooftop of a hotel?
Well, not just that. Go to the rooftop, climb up, and end up in the water tower.
And get in. It's the darndest thing. It's like,
it doesn't happen like that.
I know. Even looking at it's eerie. You know what I mean? If you see the water tower way on top, it's eerie. Yeah. And then when she was hitting the buttons, and then she looks out, and then she hits the buttons, and we're like, what is she doing? You know what I mean? Like at first I thought there was somebody there, like she was running away from somebody. Then it was like, did she see something? It was weird because you couldn't see on the outside. But then they have other people saying that they can see a shadow, you know what I mean? Or they can see this because they're trying to analyze. But from today, right now, still, they don't know why.
How on earth it happened. Yeah.
Right. They don't know why. Can't figure it out. And, that's like one of the weird stories about it.
Well, LA is very weird because it's like when you really think about it, there's a lot of tunnels underground. Mm-hmm. Like, did you hear the story not too long ago about the guys that were trapped underground in the tunnels?
I think so.
Wilmington, the gas refinery.
Yes.
They had miles of tunnels. I don't know how they got trapped underneath there, but they were working. They were engineers or they were workers because there's a big web. The Wilmington refinery is huge.
But they even said it themselves. They don't understand. They couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. So they got trapped underground. Yeah. And they knew there were tunnels down there.
Odd.
I don't know what happened after that. I don't know if they got out. I think they got out because there wasn't anything else. Otherwise, it would have made big news. But yeah, it was weird.
I know. Odd. I'll be right back. I got this going on. I can never be
Hang on, you're on mute. Okay.
Huh? Commercial.
Yeah, so I used to work downtown Skid Row, and it never got any better. Downtown Skid Row went from bad to worse to the ultimate disaster. And it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I finally got to that breaking point where I was like, I cannot live here. I cannot work here anymore. It was becoming more and more dangerous. And and I left after the situation. So it just became more and more dangerous. It became more and more toxic. And I'm not talking about like human energy. I'm talking about toxicity. Like it was a public hazard, health hazard. There are some things that you could see that you can't even talk about. And people, like, there was a lot of prostitution, a lot of crime, a lot of drugs, people living in tents, and it was not a good place. And I used to start like at 4 a.m. and get in the parking lot and then walk down. And it just got, and there was security guards always everywhere. Who can live like that and who can work like that? So there you are. And I remember you had to have an audition down there, and you were like, what the hell?
My God. For all the money some of these casting directors make, and they do an audition down there. Oh, I told you what happened to me, right?
You had to go through the elevator, one of those old elevators.
Yeah, let me tell you what happened.
They slide, and then you have to pull the rope and then close. No, yeah. You pull the rope and then you close the gate and then you hit the button and then you roll. You have to.
Well, you had that in your place where you worked at.
We had two of them. We had two of them.
Right. So the first one, I even called you because I freaked out. I had to be there at 4:00, and I'm driving from Central Coast in the middle of downtown LA off the 101 freeway, by the Staples Center.
Let me let Sage in real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
But keep talking because I can hear you.
So I'm driving on the 101. I have to exit on 6th Street. And I think it's either 6A or 6B, something like that. So oh my God, it was like bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper all the way. Finally, I get there downtown. It's by that hotel, because I know I drove by it. And I had to park in one of those corner things, $10 parkings, $8 parking. So I go down there and park the car. Then I got to walk down the street and everything. And on the outside, it didn't look great, but on the inside, it was really nice, Mm-hmm. But as soon as I walked in, it was like right there is the elevator. So there's two, like they still need to fix up the bottom level when you walk in, because it looks like nothing, So I go in and I press the button because it said 2B5 or something. So I know it's second floors too. And it was like a maze, and it was like a maze like that. It was really weird. Like if you didn't put something on the ground, you're going to get lost when you come out. But I didn't think about it. So finally I got in, got my audition done. Okay. I come out and I'm like, I felt
you can't
like
find your way back.
Yeah. I was like a little rat. Couldn't find where. I'm like, what is going
The hallways are narrow.
Yes, and it felt like it was like sideways. You know what I mean?
The floors are not even.
Oh my God, I was freaking out. Finally, I find the place that, like the office. I'm like, I felt like I was in a Twilight Zone. Like, is this, So finally, I walked back in, and I said, "Where's the elevator?" Because I knew when I came out, I found them like really quick. But when I came out, she goes, okay, go down this. I'm like, and go and I'm like, wait a minute. When I came out, I found your office like easy. Why am I having a hard time going back on the same way. Anyways, I found it. So they were nice enough to tell me, and they kind of followed me. And then she goes, it's right there. I said, okay. So I get on that stupid elevator, and I'm looking at it, and it says ground. And then it says parking. And then it says one. And I'm like, there's ground, there's parking, and one. Well, I went one.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It opens up, and I walk out, and there's old furniture. It's like all the stuff from the past is downstairs. Like
the basement.
Oh my God. You should have saw me.
You freaked out.
Oh my God, because you could smell the wood. I mean,
and it was probably like really like musty.
It was,
and
yes, like a Twilight horror movie.
Yeah, like you're in a Twilight horror movie.
It's like someone's going to come out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like pressing the button, and it's not, that elevator is not coming down. I'm like, and finally it comes up, and the guy goes, are you, that's right. There was a guy in there. He was going to an audition, but he comes, I guess I was pressing so much that his came all the way down, and it opened up. I'm like doing this, and he goes, are you okay? And I'm like, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I was like, he goes, where are you at? And I go, I don't know. And then he went up, and then that was ground, which was, and then he went to second. He goes, well, thank God. He goes, I know not to hit one. I go, do not hit one. And then Greg and I had to go, and it was down Skid Row. And you get off the same place, get off the same 6th Street or something, but you have to go all the way down till it ends. And that's where the stuff is at. And Greg goes, we must be lost. So we make a left, and that's when you see all the tents and it. And Greg goes,
oh, you drove through it
all the way. We drove down the street. You pass City Hall, you pass it all the way down where you can't go anymore.
Yeah.
And Greg goes, where are we? So we make a left turn all the way down, and you can see the old windows are flipped out. Some got holes in them, like they've been thrown there. And Greg goes, are you kidding me? So we go inside, and that's the one, the elevator opens up like this, like it goes up like this, right? And Greg goes,
elevator.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we open, and Greg goes, I'm wondering if we're going to someone's apartment. You know what I mean? Because some places have apartments like that, you know what I mean? But it didn't. So we go in, we press the button, and we go down the same thing. Old, musty, you come out, and got all these rooms. And finally we get in the area, and Greg goes, and it's huge. The room is huge, but there's only like 9 people in there.
Uh-huh.
But it must have been cheap. It had to have been dirt cheap. So anyways, we leave. We walk down. We get back in the same elevator. Oh, hi, Fatima. This is from SSV. Remember, you're watching the live last night? She was on there. Hi, welcome. So I open up the elevator.
The freight elevator.
The freight elevator. And we get stuck. And it goes boom, like that.
That happens. Yeah.
Oh my God. So I'm pounding, get us out of here. And Greg's like, Jesus Christ, Cindy, will you calm down? He's pressing the button. Nothing's working. He says, hello, we're stuck here. Nobody answers. And you can see the thing in through there. You can see like you're in the middle, but you can hear it. Now, no one's, so Greg goes, someone's going to push the button, and it's going to go down. But it doesn't, right? And the other guy just came out of there as we walk in the elevator. The other guy came out, we walk in. I'm banging on there. It must have been like 10 minutes. Finally, someone hits the button. You know how like those comedy shows where the guy that's cleaning the floors looks at somebody like, and opens up. I'm like, open up the door. And he opens it up and he's looking at me like I scared him because I was panicking. Hi, Mirishu. And he looks at me. He goes, is everything okay? And I'm like, it got stuck. He goes, no, just press the button. It worked perfect for him. Perfect.
Yeah, but there's no reason for it to it got stuck.
Oh,
that's
it got
the thing.
Stuck.
Those elevators suck, man.
Oh my God.
I used to be like, avoid those elevators like the plague. And then some of them you go in and you're facing, so you walk in and then you close it.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to get out, you have to turn around because the next floor, the entrance is on the opposite way.
Right.
So you have to turn around and then you have to open up with the stupid string, the rope, and then you have to slide open. Either the gate goes up or the gate goes from side to side.
Right.
One time I forgot that. I forgot that I had to turn around. And we arrived and I lifted up. I'm like, where's the floor? And I was like, shit, I had to turn around, but it was like scares the crap out of you, man. It's scary as hell.
Right. They're old. Thank you.
And they break down. They do break down. One broke down one time and it there was one person in the elevator. One person. And we opened up the door and he was so scared he peed in his pants.
So something scared him, right?
Yeah. He was so scared to be in that elevator because, okay, like you go into an elevator and it's got music or it's got light, right? It's lit up, and there's people around. So, and there's like, you could talk and stuff like that. These elevators have if no light, a dim light,
Right.
Like it's barely,
and it's
barely,
dark.
and
like
it's
dark.
Just darker. It's ridiculous, and there's brick walls all around you.
Yes,
and it's just the creepiest feeling. And if you get stuck, you're like, how the hell am I going to get out of this thing? There's brick walls all around me,
and nobody can hear me. And then Greg and I, we went to Santa Monica, right? So we go in, and we go in the parking lot. But we're going to go to Target, right? So you go to Target to first, second level, I guess. But there's two doors. One goes to the parking lot, one goes to Target. So Greg and I, we go the same way out that we came into the elevator, and we're back in the parking lot. And Greg goes, "What the heck? No, because you're supposed to go to the other side." I was like, oh God. Greg goes, "Where's Target?" And the man goes, "Oh, you need to go back in and then walk through." He goes,
yeah, it's the craziest thing. That's why I hate going down there.
And then we go to Trader Joe's, same thing. "Where's Trader Joe's?" Go up the elevator. There it is.
Yeah, it's just like everything is just like a big Tetris thing. It's like,
right,
this is here, that is there, and they try to fit everything in.
Yes.
And you're like, this is ridiculous,
And then we went to this was in San Jose, that the Vons Market was above. And then Greg goes, "This is ridiculous. They got to get their stuff. They got to go in." I mean, he goes, "It's not even worth the shopping." I mean, it's like,
yeah, going up ramps. If you're not going up a ramp, you're going down the parking lot and it's around like a circle loop.
Yes,
it's
taking a cart.
This is a pain in the ass, Yeah. That's why we were talking about today. Lance and I love living in Long Beach because there's no such thing as it's going to take me forever to get from here to there.
Right.
And it's big enough so that there's parking lots, whereas most places are not, like in, LA,
right.
No parking lots and no you can take side streets. You're going to end up in the same place and you're going to be okay. Side streets in LA, you can literally get lost.
Yes.
And end up in the wrong place. You don't want to.
At the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what was another thing that happened to me? Well, you talk about too, you make one corner and you could be in the bad area, but then you go to the other side, you're in a good area. Like,
Yeah.
you go down and you don't go that one, go to this side on the same street, from the same street.
Yeah.
You have to watch where you go.
And the trains are the same way too. Like, you need to know where you're getting off on the train, because the trains go through all neighborhoods.
Yes. Let me tell you a story. So, people went down, you know how they have like Long Beach, you have to get on like a subway, but they're not like subways, but you takes you to LA, and somebody got on the wrong train. So they got on the train and they weren't where they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? And they were on the train for almost a whole day because they had to come all the way back. There was like a tourist thing on TV. They were like vloggers. And they were like, how are we going to get back? Because after a while, those certain trains are not working anymore. So they had to get off the train, go find the RTD bus or whatever it's called now, and get on that. They were like, forget the vlogging, put the camera away. They needed to get back where they started.
I saw a vlog of YouTubers, some guys, they like to do night walking through like abandoned warehouses.
Yeah.
And they walked through the Sears building that is abandoned downtown LA.
Oh, that's in
by Soto Street. By Soto.
Yeah, but it's by City of Bell. Like Highland or something like that.
No, it's
Huntington Park. It's Huntington Park.
Okay.
I think it has a big S on it.
It's the Sears building.
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to be a department store.
Yeah.
And it's we still say downtown LA. So
but it has the old S on it. It's really
weird. The Sears building.
It's an ugly looking store.
It's the Sears building. So it's abandoned. It's the Sears department store.
Yes.
And it served all of downtown LA. So they were middle of the night. What did they do? They snuck in and they were filming, and they got caught by the police, and they come out and the police got them down, and they said, we're YouTubers. We check out old abandoned buildings. And the guy goes, have you any idea? People get shot and killed in this building.
Ooh.
They're like, you're lucky we found you alive. Then, USC Medical Center, which was General Hospital.
Yes, yes.
So this hospital is famous because they started the video. They started making operation movies, like classes, but they would have cameras. Mm-hmm. And so they're the ones who started the entire thing. There was a medical school, and you could sit and watch these famous surgeons operating on somebody.
Oh yeah, you can look down, and it's a big
look down stadium style, and you could look down. But they also had cameras that would zoom in the surgeries, and they would use it for research. That's all abandoned now. So these guys were running around the abandoned portion of the hospital, and we're looking and going in and checking out, and it looks like a ghost town. It's like people just threw their stuff down and just walked away.
Wow.
And locked up the place and never came back.
Papers,
files, all kinds of stuff still there.
They used to have, so when I was 14 years old, Sierra High School, they would have once a year, and they would have what do you call it? Like what do you call those things where you go
a field trip.
Field trip, right. And I wanted to be a nurse. So they actually we had a field trip there. And at the General Hospital, there's like red tape and blue tape. This blue goes here, red goes there. It was huge, right?
Yeah.
And it reminded me of the General Hospital TV show, because it had which is the building. And I've seen movies, on that hospital on the front. So I go in there, and there's people. As soon as you walk in, they're laying there on stretchers. I mean, like on the side here, there's one there.
You walk in and people are on stretchers. Yeah.
And a couple of them had the sheets over. Oh my God. I almost fainted. I was like, and this is when nurses had the little white hats and stuff like that.
And people are just moving. Right.
I was in shock.
Mm-hmm.
I was in shock. I couldn't believe it. Yes, they're all walking by them. Some are moaning. Some are shocked. It was like, and there's all over the place. You know, they're coming out of the L. Oh my God, that I'll never.
You were
forget.
like, that's not for me.
It's not for me. I didn't want to. No, it turned me off.
Well, remember when they closed Loma Linda Hospital?
Yeah.
And that was the reason why they closed it, was because it was like a famous, like, you're never going to come out of their hospital.
That's so
like
scary.
It was just, people would go in there and they wouldn't come home. That's just
weird, huh?
The creepiest. I mean, LA is like the reputation LA has back in the, and Mom and Dad were born in General Hospital. It was,
yes. Well, that was the place.
It was like a work of art.
Yes.
Oh, and they showed all the Art Deco. They showed all the windows. Everything is beautiful. It's all still just sitting there.
And then if you go, now I don't know if they still use it, but behind it is the morgue, like all the famous morgue. You know, it's like when they said that, I was like, I'm not going in there. It's red brick.
That's like the hospital that you should not take anybody to if they want to be like a nurse or a doctor.
It's like, turned me off so much. And then this is how they said, and this is the famous morgue, and where they're saying who, you know, I was like, because they were mentioning, and I'm looking at this because like all the bars, it's like down in the bottom. So here's the hospital way up there, and then you come down, and here's this red, gloomy building. You know what I mean? And it's dark, and then it's got like two on the sides, got these little windows, and they go, "This is the
famous morgue."
Oh yeah, they mentioned, and we're talking about that's back in 1974, so it went all the way up to then. And I just looked at them and went like, I was ready to pass out. I was so done. I wanted to go home. I couldn't get out of there quick enough. And I still talk about that today to people that I wanted to be a nurse. But the day I went on that field trip, that was the end of that.
You're like, no. I did a little volunteering. I swear to God, I did like one day. I did like volunteering one day at a hospital, and what I saw and how everything was, I was like, there's no way I could ever do
yeah,
this.
See?
There's
and I think that's where people used to go and learn to be doctors and nurses. And I was like, oh, have a nice, yeah, I'm not going there. It just wasn't for me. Lisa, you're stuck here. Let's see.
What do you mean I'm stuck?
Well, no, you're not anymore. I must have hit the pause.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Crazy, right? Well,
yeah,
we got one in the house.
We have one in the house. Maybe we scared them with a general hospital. But you know what? It's true life. You know what I mean? It's the truth. It's the honest thing. You know who was filmed at General Hospital? Was that TV show? Oh God.
Thank you, Fatima.
Huh?
Oh, she says she's still watching.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh God. Let me find out. Because it's abandoned now, so they can use it. They can
what's abandoned?
The General Hospital. Hold on, let me find that.
Okay, right back.
Okay, let me find the show. I know it's called a medical show TV. Let's see, it was 2000, maybe 15. I'm sure they can use it. Let me put my eyeglasses on here, everyone. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was called Emergency Show. Let's see. That they used the General Hospital for. Watch, I won't be able to find it, right? Oh, General Hospital was filmed at. Okay. That was filmed at General TV show, filmed at General Hospital.
We have lots of leftovers.
You have leftovers? Why?
I made chili beans on Tuesday, and I made chili bean on Monday, and we ate it that night, and then we had leftovers on Tuesday, but we still have chili beans.
Wow.
So we had leftovers on Tuesday. Yesterday I made spaghetti with a meat sauce, and we had a salad next to it, and we had Texas toast. And we still have leftovers for the spaghetti. And then today we have leftover enchilada.
Wow.
Because we didn't finish it.
Did you make all that?
Well, I made the chili bean and I made the spaghetti, but I didn't make the enchilada. We went to Costco today.
Okay.
I should have done a Costco haul, but I didn't feel like it.
Oh, okay. Well, they're saying a lot of people, they said Young and the Restless used it. A lot of different TV series have used the General Hospital. Because there's so many parts of that place they can still use. Oh, Code Black used it. Code Black.
It's right off the 10 freeway. You can't miss it.
And you can see that building.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it. It was just an eerie feeling for me. I just didn't like it. So I decided to change my life. Wasn't going to be a doctor and I wasn't going to be a nurse. Not when they mentioned all that. I was like, oh, forget it.
One of Carl's best friends was a embalmer. She was a mortician. She worked in the mortuary.
Okay.
And she was, she did all that stuff. And she would put the makeup on and all that stuff.
And it never scared her. She was fine with it.
But later on, while she was doing that, she studied to become a nurse. And then she became a nurse. So her thing was all about working.
It was all in that. Yeah. And nothing scared her.
No.
Yeah. She wasn't like me, who's going to pass out.
I just knew that I couldn't work in a hospital.
Yeah.
The structure, the building, the whole thing, everybody was in a uniform because you got to wear your scrubs and stuff. And then it just didn't seem organized. It didn't seem to be it just wasn't the environment I was interested in.
Right.
And I knew it wasn't
the La Mirada Hospital.
No, I think I had just close. I was 11th or 12th grade when I did it. And I did it because my friend said, you should try volunteering. They're having these volunteering things. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay, I'll do it. And I signed up, and then I got assigned to, I think it was Whittier Hospital or La Mirada. Uh-huh. And I got in there and I was like, no, yeah, it was Whittier Hospital, the one by the Whitwood. There's a hospital up there.
Whittier.
Whittier? Okay. Yeah, I was like, no, this isn't me. I'm never coming back. I'm never coming back.
Did you never went back? And then I wanted to be a candy cane girl, where you go take flowers to the room. Okay. I wanted to do that. But then one of my friends at school loved it. And I don't know if it was you got paid or volunteer. I don't remember. And then she went into one of the rooms and then she found out that the person passed away, and it really upset her, and she was like, I don't think I could be a nurse. She was like, oh, she felt so bad. She was like so happy. I forgot how it went, but she didn't do it either. She started working in a fabric place. She's in Whitwood Mall.
But that's also, I think it was the candy cane thing they wanted me to do.
So that's probably what it was.
And I was like, visit people in their rooms.
Yes. No. And then you wear, my phone needs to be charged. You would wear, I like a little red and white apron.
But the other thing is that most of the people in these places are that elderly. Now, I'm not talking about the elderly today. We're talking about the elderly from days past, where these were like World War I veterans or veterans who were actually saw the not the Civil War. This was a long time ago.
Right.
You know, if you were close to 100 years old in 1973 or 75 or whatever in 1980, we're talking about you were born 1880. Like,
right.
I think Lincoln when was he president? That type of thing.
1860. Watch, we don't even know what.
We're talking about that old, okay? When was
Right.
Lincoln assassinated?
Let's see.
1865.
I was close.
So if you were, let's say, 100 years old in 1980, I graduated from high school in 84. So if you were 100 in 1984 when I was going through the hospital, we're talking about Lincoln was assassinated in 1865 and you were born in 1884.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, you know, and I remember when I was in elementary school, they had a speaker. This guy was really old. And he fought in the Civil War.
World War I?
No, 1865 was the Civil War. It went from 1861 to 1865. So if he fought the last year, let's say he was 1865. I may be wrong. 1865. Let's say you were plaid like 1865 minus 20 years. So that means he probably was born 1845. So hang on. Maybe I'm wrong. 1845. Okay, it wasn't that. Maybe he was in World War One.
Okay.
He was probably in World War One, not the Civil War. He was in World War One.
Right after it, though.
He was like telling a story about World War One. You know?
Wow. Well, remember I was telling you I was watching Johnny Carson? Was it Johnny Carson? It was one of those. It was either Johnny Carson or somebody else. They had those ladies. One was 105. He had like this.
Back then.
Right. We're talking about then. So this one lady was 105. And she walked to his, walked. And then he had somebody who was 100. 105. And she amazed me. Her memory was amazing. And then this other lady, there were sisters or twins or something. I think they were like 102. And one spoke for the other one. The other one couldn't hear, but the other one would say, that's what he said. And they're talking. They actually walked to the stage. It was and the things that they were talking about, that he's asking these questions, like he goes, do you remember this? Oh yeah, I remember this. And they remember the horse with the wagon carrying the ice.
This garage was only big enough to hold the Model T or the horse and buggy.
That garage.
This garage, it was not fit to keep a regular vehicle in. It's so small. It was only big enough for a Model T or horse and buggy.
So that either there or any of those homes around you had a horse and buggy.
Yeah, because these were vacation homes, cottages for the people who lived in Los Angeles. So if you lived in LA, it probably, with horse and buggy, you probably took a while for you to get to Long Beach for the summer.
Can you
so they would
live
live here. they would have to, because you're not going to go to the beach back and forth every single day.
Right.
So they would live in downtown LA, and they would get in their Model T or the horse and buggy, and they would come and live in these cottages and stay here, and then go to the beach. And the beaches were full back then.
Well, because there was nothing to do.
Yeah.
And this lady says that she remembers her days when her mom used to wear black stockings at the beach, like the day. And
yeah, there's photographs of people at the beach in Long Beach in full clothes in the water.
Yes. And they were laughing about that. That's what they were talking about. And she remembers when she was in her younger days, she was wearing those little bathing suits. She goes, they look like shorts.
Yeah. And now they're back. I wear what they call the tank. I got it off a TikTok shop. It's a pair of shorts
with a skirt over it.
No skirt. It's just shorts, and you have your bikini top, but you put a cover over it. You go in the water. It's awesome. It's like, like boy shorts.
Right.
Yeah. Women don't wear bathing suits, bikinis anymore. People wear like the rash guard I wear.
Yeah.
Yeah. People wear rash guards because they don't want to wear sunscreen.
Yes.
So instead, you put on a rash guard. And then people don't want to get their feet hurt on the water anymore. Mm-hmm. So they wear water shoes.
Yes,
so people are dressing up again to go to the beach.
Beach is like going back in time and more up-to-date clothes. Yeah.
To see a woman or a young girl literally wearing a bikini on the beach, you're like, there's a bikini on the beach. They have to be young. Like the girls are really young. And they walk around there. And back in the day, they walked around like they were all sexy and everything. The girls now, they walk around like they're just functional. They're wearing a bikini, but they're not doing it for people to look at them anymore.
Right.
They're just walking down the beach. Their attitude is so much different compared to, it's not sexualized the way it was before. Now it's just so different. Like the girls will wear a bikini, a two-piece, but they'll have water shoes on.
Yeah. Well, I still got my bikinis. They're not going anywhere. They're right there in my drawer. But I was started in the days when bikini was the big thing. You know what I mean? It was.
You had to look a certain way. And
the tie string bikinis, it just kept
Yeah. And now it's just different.
Yeah. Well, things change, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's going to go back. It will revolve. It goes in circles. You know what I mean? It goes in circles. Yeah. But I mean, like the little lady goes, I remember when my mom was wearing stockings at the, and I'm like, oh my God. She even had the little hat she was talking about. It was so cute because we were talking about what his show was in the 70s. So that's how far back that was.
Yeah.
Well, like the day when I was working, I actually met that was a big thing. It was her birthday and she turned 100 and she drove up. I mean, she was like, went in. I remember it was, so she drives up and I forgot her name and I would see her, but I didn't know her age. Right. So everyone's like, oh, she's here. Today's her birthday. I said, really? She goes, she's 100. And I'm like, 100? She goes, yeah, look at her. And she's, and we're talking about slow. She just drives up. She goes, but wait, she goes, it's going to take her about 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes to park, right? So she drives, and she doesn't drive up in between cars. She's like over there, right? She drives up. And she still had one. Making sure no one's around her. I'm like watching her. She goes, focused. Get her little purse, It was so cute. She walks in, she's like, and she got her hair done, colored. She was 100. She was wide.
That reminds me about how I live now. how I live since being semi-retired. Like today, I got up, I went to the Target. I got there at 8 o'clock. I looked through the aisles. I took my time. I was like, okay. Didn't find anything I want. Tried on a few things. Looked at my watch, said, oh, the Kohl's opens up at 9. Got in my car. I drove over. I got there 1 minute before they opened, walked in, and literally took my time. Looked here. I looked there. I looked everywhere. I was like, okay. The old Lisa, zoom, 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 looking through the things. What do they got? What do they need? What I got? Well, let me see. I don't know if I'm gonna like that. Okay, I'm gonna go try that on. By the time I'd be trying clothes on, I was sweating.
Right.
You know,
I was in a hurry.
And now I'm like, okay, well, this one didn't fit very good. Maybe there's another size that's the same.
Like you should be doing.
So I grabbed my clothes. I put the other items back. And I said, okay, I'm going to try this one. And then I went, this is going to be my last fitting. I talked to myself in the store. This will be my last fitting. I took it in. Yep, this looks really nice. Okay. And I got 4 pieces. And I'm a little bit bigger now. So I went from a size 8. You know, the sizes are 8, 10, and 12. So I went from an 8. I breezed past the 10. And now I'm a size 12.
Okay.
But I tried on a size 12 capri. They're really cute. They look great. I go, they're very comfortable. Now, I could have worn the 10. I could have worn the 10.
But a little snug.
It just, okay. The 10 was good around the leg, but around my belly and my butt, because you know I have a big butt. So I'm like, this isn't working. It fit. And it wasn't tight, but you could see the poncho, and you could see the little tucky poncho in the butt, you know, like the little.
You're like, too much.
It just went like this. And then, so I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that one. I'm just going to go try the 12. Let's see. 12, it was a little big, but it was comfortable. So I said,
that's
you know what?
She wants. Yeah.
And then I started thinking, look at Lisa, you're going to be 60 years old. You're not a size 6. You're not a size 8. Just let it go. You know, you're still a size 10, but it's a little,
right.
And you want to be comfortable, wear that. And so I bought the capris. I bought a black pair of capri and I bought a jean pair of capris. And I was like, good night, guys. I'm just going to go with this. This is fine. They're comfortable. They look great. I'm comfortable in them. I'm going to wear these. And I could wear them for an event, or I could wear them just to go out and put a pair of tennis shoes on.
Right.
Okay. And then I bought 2 shirts.
Okay.
The Vera Wang at Kohl's.
Oh, yeah. Vera Wang's still there at Kohl's?
Yeah. And her clothes are still good shape.
Yes,
and
yes.
So I tried on the small, and I was saying to myself, I don't know. It's like, And then I said, I'm going to take the medium. So I tried the medium on, and it was a little bit bigger. And I'm like, well, it feels good, but it looks bigger.
Right.
So then when I finally put all the clothes together with the right stuff, the small felt better and it looked better with the outfit. So I go, okay, I'm going to get the small.
Right.
But yeah, so I got a black pair of capris.
Good.
I got a jean pair of capris. They look really cute. I'm comfortable in them.
Yes.
And I don't have to worry. And I'm like, that's my wardrobe for the next 5 years.
Right. I had, so it was the last time I went to work, you know how when they get older, they have people that kind of take care of them, or it's their granddaughter or somebody. And so the caretaker says to me, do you work here? And I says, I do. And she says, do you know where you have an undershirt?
By the way, thank you, Mind Games. Appreciate you being here.
Oh, thank you. And I said, she goes, do you have an undershirt? I go, you mean like a t-shirt? She goes, no, like an undershirt. And the little lady goes, you know, an undershirt? I go, like a slip? She goes, yes. I go, you're looking for a half slip. I go, I don't think so. I go, and it's so, unfortunately, there's a lot of things that we don't sell anymore. Like mom, she can't find a slip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not
That's
like a
why
slip to go underneath the
This is
dress.
why she liked Sears, because Sears and Kmart still carried slips.
JC Penney.
JC Penney's.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I go, okay. I don't think you're going to find it. I go, but I'll tell you what. I would try JC Penney's. She goes, she goes, I went to Target. They don't have it. I go to JC Penney's. You're going to more. I go, I have a funny feeling that they're going to have it. And the little lady says, it is so hard, honey, that I can't find things anymore. I go, you're looking for a half a slip too. And she goes, yeah, I knew exactly what she's looking for. And she was going to a wedding and she wanted a undergarment thing.
Yes.
So I said, I tell you what, I said, then I said, well, you can probably find a camisole. She goes, no, I don't want a camisole. I go, I tell you what.
But that's all there is now.
You know? And I said, she goes, well,
hold on a second. I'm sorry. Lance wants something.
Do you know where the toilet plunger is?
Right around the corner. Over there. Sorry, Cindy.
No, fine. So then I started getting into it, right? And her old caretaker didn't know what I was talking about. But this is the strangest thing. I said, you're not going to believe this. But I go, on that rack over there are some half a slips. I don't know. I was looking at some stuff. And the lady goes, are you kidding me? I go, no. I go, there's like 2 or 3 of them. I says, well, let's go
very
see.
few. Yeah.
Very few. And it was in the sale rack. I mean, this is what I said. I said about a week ago, I was looking in that rack and I said, I think there's a half a slip in there. And she goes, really? And guess what?
It was her size.
There was 2 of them.
That her size for her?
They were her size.
Yeah.
One was one size meets all. Didn't even have the medium and large. And I think one was a large. So she just took the one size fits all. And I even told her, I said, I couldn't believe this. I go, I just saw them over there like a week ago, but it was a whole selection. It was just a really small one. And she was so happy. But I told her the next time, go to Penny's. I go, I think, I don't even know if Kohl's has them. I go, I would try JC Penney's. And I was telling her about mom.
Yeah.
That mom had a hard time. And she goes, she wanted it so bad. She wanted it for Christmas. And I told her I found them at Sears when Sears was open. Do you know that they checked Amazon? They couldn't even find them in Amazon. I mean, that's how outdated they're going to be.
Well, they have magazines that mom gets strictly for women her age now. And she has to order them either online or she has to order them by phone. But I mean, yeah, they have like businesses, but Target has a tiny little section where they have half slips and the camisoles. They don't have the full slip anymore.
Okay, so
but
that's
the half slip. Yeah, so they have the bottom.
Yes,
so you have to wear it as a 2. But it's made. Jockey makes them, and Maidenform makes them, and Dansk doesn't make them. They wear like the skin stuff.
So even when mom looks on that book, it's only half slips or are they full slips?
No, she could get a full slip there.
So what's the name of the company?
Oh, I don't know. I got to figure it out.
Okay, I'll tell you why.
The little catalog that comes in.
Okay, I'll tell you why. So they keep moving the lingerie department where I work at. First, it was upstairs. Then they brought it downstairs. Then they had it across from us, from our cosmetic department, fragrance. Then they moved it in the back. Now, lingerie used to be in the main area. Now it's in the back. I mean, it's like you have to go find it.
And they don't call it lingerie anymore.
No.
They call it hosiery or intimates or personal.
Yeah, it's weird. So we get people, and we're like in the middle of the store. So we get everybody where do they sell this? Or I'm looking for this for my wife. And it's always lingerie. And I get the oddest questions. And I'm like, and everybody else that works are thinking like, what are they talking about? Well, I'm from the 60s and 70s. So I know what they're talking about. Under t-shirts, slips, and everyone's like,
a slip. Yeah. The young
Yeah,
kids don't know what you're talking about.
they have no idea.
And a guy, I told you that famous story where the guy, Cynthia, this guy's younger than me. He walks in, he looks at me, he wants to know where galoshes are. And I know what they are, but I'm like in shock that somebody actually asked me about it.
Galoshes.
And he looks at me, he goes, you know what galoshes are? And he
Those
starts
plastics
explaining
that
them
you
to
put-
me. I'm like, dude, do you have any idea how old I am? Of course I know what galoshes are.
Galoshes.
Dude.
You
Like,
know what
I
else
didn't
I
know.
got asked?
But I was like looking at him going, I told him, I go, I'm like, it's not that I don't know. I'm just like, no one's ever asked me about galoshes. It's like, I'm not even wear those things anymore, dude.
Yeah. You know what I also got?
Gray silver hair.
Galoshes. Mom. When Mom used to take the bus,
She wore the galoshes.
so Greg's watching. Greg goes gets the coffee. Megan's watching TV, and Mom goes in the room. She goes, I have to go to work, and I don't know why she thought that Greg and I wouldn't take her. You know what I'm saying? But okay. So she comes out. She has her galoshes. She's got the clear plastic coat.
Yeah.
Greg and Megan are sitting there going, "What is
She got
doing?"
her shoes on, but the galoshes are over the shoes, and there's a button on the outside and a hook. So you take the button and you hook it so that you can walk in your shoes,
in
but
water.
the galoshes cover it, and you can
Right.
walk in the water, and it goes all the way up to your ankle, just
Exactly.
barely past the ankle.
Yes. So she goes, gets her jacket, her little jacket. She gets the clear coat, But you should have saw Megan and Greg.
That is, but I don't understand why they don't still. It was like the most ingenious thing. It's like, freaking
I
put
know.
galoshes on.
And the clear, then she put the thing on her head and wrapped it around her head. And it was like,
Genius.
Megan, what are you wearing? I go,
You might, but it worked, and it even looked better than wearing. I gotta
being
wear.
soaked. Being soaked.
And you got to wear your rain boots now. So you got to take your shoes off to put your rain boots on. It doesn't make any sense. Just put galoshes over your shoes.
Yes.
And they should bring them back because it makes perfect sense.
I was at Albertsons last year, and it was raining. It was like one of those days when it rains 7 days, everybody starts bringing the sand piles, and you know what I mean. And this man's wearing a yellow bright raincoat.
Yeah, the yellow raincoat. Yeah, with the hood. Yeah, but that's like emergency raincoat.
But that's not all. He even had the black shoe.
So for me, it's
sorry.
No, and he's prepared. But there's people in LA who they're so stupid. It's like, what do you mean you don't have an umbrella? You just keep. Where are the umbrellas? Like, you don't have an umbrella?
You know what happened to me once? It was windy,
you can put
right?
it in your pocket. You can put it in your backpack. They're like, do you have an umbrella? It's like, how long have you lived in LA? You're telling me you don't own an umbrella.
It does rain here, So I'm out there waiting for the RTD bus to go to work, right? And, it's windy, and I'm like,
right, and you're like, but it happens.
I was so embarrassed. Everybody.
My umbrella I've had for like, I would say, since I lived in Huntington Beach. That's a long ass time.
Yeah, but my umbrella bit and everything. It just, I'm fighting it.
And
I
then
don't know what happened. It just went the opposite. I'm sitting there getting soaked.
so now I still have my same umbrella. I keep it in the car. I know exactly where it is. And there are people who want to know about the raincoats. Like they want what Mom had, where you just put it over, it's clear,
Right.
see-through. I'm like, they don't have those anymore. You have to get the ponchos. You got to put it over your head and wear it like a poncho with the hood.
There's a question for you, Lisa. I'll be right
I'm
back.
sorry. Are you all streaming for 6 hours? No, not tonight, but it always seems like it goes that way. Thanks. Are you all streaming for 6 hours? I don't think so. We've been here, what now, 2 hours? And it works out for us. Hi, Mind Games again. Welcome back, Mind Games, if you're here. No, I don't think we're going to go, but like Cindy and I discussed, we're going to have a guest on once a month. So we'll be contacting you and anybody else just to book space. But also, we just ask this, if you guys ever do your lives, you feel free to invite us as well, and we'll be happy to be a part of your show. Okay. And we kind of like want to make this into a community. Peyton says, Ayo, your umbrella went like, I can't open the link. No, you're fine. I had you on mute. You're on mute. I had you on mute. Don't worry. You're on mute. Mute. You're on mute. Unmute yourself. Oh. What happened?
Falls off in the bathroom.
It fell in the toilet?
No, almost. I'm like, again?
Yeah, you were on mute. No worries.
I'm like, this thing's dangerous.
Let me check and see what's going on with Lance. He's having a panic attack out there. Hang on.
Panic attack. A panic attack. Did my umbrella go like, let me check to see what it went like, Peyton. Yes. It went. It did. I was so embarrassed and all my makeup was coming down. It was just like a bad wind and I'm fighting it and everything. Yep, my umbrella went exactly like that. I thought I was so embarrassed. Everybody was looking at me and laughing at me. Oh my God, I was cracking up. I was just like, I'm all. And then one time it was raining really bad and I didn't realize how much the puddle was, how high the puddle was. I just drenched myself back in the day. Of course, my mom says, I told you to buy this certain umbrella. I told you to wear galoshes. Of course, Mom's always right, right? Oh my God. I've had some things that's happened to me that is funny. I have to wait till Lisa comes back because there's some things that we'll see if everything's okay. Sounds like Lance is having some issues or something. Let's see. Let me read the notes here. How did you figure that out? Well, you got there a bottle of beer?
No. Lance had to unclog the toilet because Mom clogged the toilet. Mom clogged the toilet. So Lance is like, huh.
Where's the thing at the plunger?
I told you
where
took care of it.
Remember my car, the red card, the Cordoba, but it was called a Charger. Greg used to call it the Cordoba. You remember that big old red boat that I used to have? It had Corinthian crushed leather or something like that, or velvet.
Creating change. I don't Cynthia knows creating change. I don't know creating change. Thought so. Love the crack up story.
He knew that the umbrella went like this, like I remember I was at the Whitwood Mall. I was saying that right now. And I'm walking along, my umbrella worked. I was set for the rain, but I didn't realize the puddle was deep. So I tried to jump over it. And I walked right in a wet puddle. I'm like going to work at the Brea store. I'm like soaked. My pantyhose were soaked.
Oh my God. Another message from
Peyton,
hang on,
Peyton, just send it to Lisa privately.
I'll post a link to his is it creating change?
Yeah. We'll send it to.
Oh, is that guy? Is that guy? Oh, yeah. He subscribes to my channel. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's not here right now. Yeah.
No, he's not here. I think he came in last week somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I think he came in on Saturday night.
Okay. Well, you can go.
I'm sorry. I got him confused with Tommy. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, Cindy and I will contact guests, but we're only really focusing on one guest at a time. And we're going to focus on people who haven't been on the show yet. We kind of want to give them a time and a space. Like I would love to have SSV and Chit Chat Down Under. Yeah, thank you, Peyton. Chit Chat Down Under, Cindy.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah. And I'd like to invite a couple friends of mine with who I collaborate on a weekly level that you guys don't know about.
Right.
And invite some other people, just have like unique and different things that they do. Some of them are artists, right? Cindy, some of them are artists.
Right. But also Lisa was saying, yes, I'm sorry, Lisa. Lisa was saying that she doesn't really want to link other people's. It's okay. We appreciate it, but
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, I mean, we can always reach out, but right now we're only that, which technically speaking, Cindy, we're only going to have 12 guests a year. So who are those 12 guests going to be? I told Cynthia I want it to be people who bring value, people who support our channel, and people with whom we interact with on the internet or personally.
Right.
That's how we want to do it. So, and that way there's a nice, just a nice variety of people who come on the show.
Yes.
And people whom can always bring something a little bit different.
Yeah.
So artists, middle-aged women who are doing their thing.
Right.
Period.
Because we have a lot of different people in our
Okay, I have a question. I want to know. I'm just curious. I want to know from Peyton and I want to know from the other guys. Just curious. Okay. I'm throwing it, me, throw everything out in the freaking universe, throw shit on the wall, and let's see what happens.
Okay, Ben. Don't worry. It's all good.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's not it's just that Lisa just wanted some. Okay, go ahead. I'll let you talk.
I would like to know. No, I would like to know why every single time Cindy and I are on, and it's not a big deal. I don't care. Because I've seen guys work, and I'm just curious as to why you guys are big fans. Like, what has been his motivation and how has he helped you in your journey in creating content? That's all. That's all I want to know. I'm just curious, and I like to know more because maybe I'm missing something here. Because I have two coaches, my mentors. Maybe he's your mentor. Let me know if he's your
right.
Is he your mentor? Great. I want to know. I have two mentors that I have never mentioned on my show, and these guys I meet every single week, and they have made a huge impact on my life. And if he's made an impact on your life, I would like to know that too. Nate and Flip.
Yeah.
Nate, Ryan, Flip Moss. They are my mentors. Two coaches. They're on YouTube and they're on TikTok. Two coaches who made a difference in my life.
But you're also saying that you don't expect him to talk about your show. You're just right now, you would rather say Peyton because Peyton's here.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah. Peyton's channel should be promoted. And I know he's like, you like watching his show. I think that's great. You know, I know a lot of people like to also watch Big Jack story time. Okay. So yeah, it's all good. Don't worry. I mean, don't worry about it, Peyton. Yeah. I'm just curious because I thought maybe he's bringing some type of value because he's been coming up a lot on our show. And I just want to know the value that he brings and the reason why you feel that it's extremely important not to link his stuff on our show, but I want you guys to talk about what he's done so we can have an understanding of what's going on. So.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of shows. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Big Jack is awesome. And Big Jack's actually been on. We asked, he's wanted to come on and say hi. And actually, he's one of the people that Cindy and I are going to reach out to, right?
Yes, you mentioned Big Jack. You would like to meet. Andy says he has. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
right.
Yeah, it's so don't trust me. I get
it. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. But there's a lot of shows I'm watching, and I'm not putting them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he was here that night and talked about his service and how he had PTSD. And he talked about it because we brought up our father's stories about PTSD. We talked about some of the trauma and how Cindy's been really good about overcoming the trauma with her father. Her father.
I thought he was your dad too. You just did it. Oh God.
Cindy with dad, but I haven't gotten over the trauma from dad. And I'm just, like, okay, move on. He says that I be seeing guy on channels like Big Jack, Shine Dig, and the GenX Effect.
But they're all in the same, they're.
Yeah.
It's.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I appreciate every single one of them. But at the end of the day, Cindy and I are kind of like having our own moment. And you guys are huge supportive aspects of that. And I would love for you guys to have your own show, just like any of us.
Right.
And have guests on. Because Cindy, she had spoken about this while Greg was still alive, that they wanted to do a guest host type show as well. And you used to like to go on Big Jack story time as well.
It's just, I meet different people all the time. We've talked about that. I have different followers, which I call them subscribers, which are friends. I really have a hard time saying subscribers. I see them as my friends. I got people that are retired, cooking, vloggers. They do cruises. I don't have just, some do beauty channels, some do diamond painting. Yes, we are family.
Peyton, have you ever been on Creating Change show? I just want to know. Has he invited you on the show? I know you want to, and yes, we are family, 100%. Yeah, that's true.
Right. See, I call subscribers friends. But some people don't know when I'm saying friends, or like, because I had a comment one time and someone says, well, who are your friends? Subscribers. That's what I say. I call my subscribers my friends.
Yes.
I have. Then they need to ask you, Peyton.
You know what, Peyton? Okay. If you're watching in the peripherals or anybody out there, I'm calling you out. Bring Peyton on your show. Because he's funny.
Yes.
He's a lot of fun.
Yes.
And he's been a huge support of your channel. And I'm sorry, Peyton, but I have, I'm putting my balls on the table.
Behind the truck.
Because Peyton's very supportive. And if you have a show, Peyton, and bring guests on your show, I would love to be on your show. There you have it.
Yeah.
I'm such a bitch.
At least, I didn't think of Nagotas,
I don't, because I'll call people out. I don't care.
Woo, woo. No, I'm just joking.
East LA.
East LA. Oh God.
With the circles.
What are you talking about? No, just joking.
I'm just saying. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So
Yes.
Guy, if you're like watching in the peripherals, ask Peyton on your show and Andy Mon, because they do really support your channel here.
They're wondering, yes. Peyton goes, I don't want you shouting me out, but that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed
Hello.
to be. Yeah.
Hello. That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's always showing up, being supportive, commenting, giving, and caring. And, you want to encourage that person as well to eventually start their show, but
Yes.
also you reciprocate,
Yes. Yeah. So.
Cindy.
I'm like, I'm going to go. I need some more ice cubes and I'm out of agua.
And Peyton says,
100%.
Andy Mon.
I was like,
and the reason why we invited Big Jack is so I don't know if Cindy sent the email or not, but is because he's had Cindy on a number of times. And I know we had Big Jack impromptu one night, and I was getting pretty tired. He was on pretty late. So we just like to give him his platform and promote his channel. Of course, he doesn't need to be promoted because he has a lot of influencers on his show. But, and if he refuses, that's okay too. It's not a big deal. And have a show where you ask very interesting and reflective questions and really thoughtful engagement. Like you put some time and energy into asking Big Jack questions and learning about him so that your audience can get to know. A lot of people that I know and that Cindy knows, like people I know on my channel, they also know who Big Jack is.
yeah.
So.
Yeah. But I have a lot of people that watch me and they watch a lot of big channels. So they're liking that we talk different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus I also have people on my Facebook. Oh, that's why I need to check my Facebook. Now that we said that.
If there's anybody over there.
I have, we have 10.
10 over on Facebook. That's good. I'm going to try to connect us with Rumble.
Oh, it'd be good.
That'll be fun. Because people in Rumble would like to know what two Southern California Angelinos talk about and share.
But I have people from Facebook. When I went to Sierra High School, they actually found me. So, it's, I was like, Sierra High School. That's why I know. So I was telling them about all these different things, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I have all kinds of different people. That's what I'm saying. So,
I don't engage with anybody over on Facebook. I don't engage with anybody.
Well, I don't mind it because it comes off in 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So whoever
Is
sees
it
it
is
right
it
now,
official? It's 3 weeks.
I think it's 3 weeks
The
because you
live-
know
okay.
why? You know why? Because the ones that we did from the beginning are not there anymore.
I know.
But that's okay. It's on my YouTube channel.
It's on the YouTube, so you drive
Yeah.
them to your. You know. I know.
I'm
It's
okay with it. That's
crazy.
fine. Remember, I have Cindy Lifestyle and More. What happened?
Oh, Mind Games. Todd is just being transparent. Okay, Todd.
I can't read it. I don't see it on my.
Oh.
Oh, maybe mine is lagging right now. Let me see. No, he's on your channel, so I can't see it, but I can't read it up here.
It should be on the stage.
I don't see it on. Oh, here it is.
Okay. Todd's spilling some tea. But Todd, that's your personal experience.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
Like, it doesn't mean from your perspective, that's an experience that you had. Like, and that's not what everybody probably has. I'll share this. You weren't here the other night. Damn it. I'll share the story about, once again, about a company founder who passed away. And he was very respectful to me and very kind and a very gentle person. Him and I were actually the same age.
Oh,
And
okay. Go ahead. All right.
you remember I told you he passed away?
Yes.
And when he passed away, I only have good memories. And when he passed away, everybody around him, people I talked to, oh, did you hear this person pass? Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear he had passed. And the one thing I'm talking about, 100% of the people I talked to told me that he was an asshole. And the guy was a jerk. And he was a dick. And blah, blah. And went on and on and on. And and after listening to them intently, I finally had to say, you know what? I understand what you guys are telling me, but that's not what I went through. He was a gentleman to me. He was nice to me. He was fair. He was kind. He was courteous. He always made a point to make me feel like I had value and that I was important. And everybody, like, as though I had experienced a completely different human being. You know?
You're like, he was great with me. So
He was so nice. I have zero bad things to say about this person. And I was telling Cindy, you know, that I never got a chance to share that. I feel like I share it now because I can act, and he's very famous, by the way. You see his name in grocery aisles across this country.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'm like, I don't understand how this happened. That's not my experience. So yeah, I understand. But I never disrespected other people's opinions of him. That's just was my personal thing. So anyway, yeah, I respect you putting that up on our page, but I saw Guy host Tommy, and I saw Tommy host one of his own shows, and I saw only positive interaction, but I never really interacted, so I don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
But this is a safe place for anybody to share whatever it is they feel that they can share. I'm not going to like cut you off, and I'm not going to move you.
I don't want, that's not what I'm not into. You're in, you're out, and all that. Yeah.
We're not into that. Exactly. And I want you to know, Todd, that this is a safe place, but I also want Guy to know this is a safe place.
Yes.
And I want everybody who's affiliated and who comes in and says positive things, I want them to continue to say positive things.
Yes.
But I also encourage them to say positive things about you too.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
You know, I mean, you always bring value, even though it's a little controversial, but you bring value, period.
Right. Well, this is what, remember I was talking about those ladies?
Exactly. Peyton's right. Yeah, Todd, but Todd also feels very comfortable here. And he feels comfortable saying what he said out loud. But it's important that we know, and but that's Todd's personal experience, not ours.
Not right.
Yeah. So Todd found strength enough knowing that he knows, likes, and trusts us. However, Peyton, I know you feel the same way too. And anybody else who comes here also feels the same way. Okay. So there's no animosity. I'm not upset. It's just, it is just what it is. Right, Cindy? And Cindy, tell me how you feel. I think this is good conversation.
You know me. Well, no, because I'm like an open book. You know that. When people tell me, like Greg goes, one thing about you, Cindy, and even my daughter says it, you can't lie because it'll come up. My facial expression shows the world. So and that is the truth. I don't have to say a word. Just my face alone will tell you 1,000. And that's the truth. Like my daughter, I think my mom's bored now. or like, yeah. And I don't even notice it. But no, this is how I am. I like treating everybody the same. I like to give everybody the opportunity. But I respect everyone's values. Huh?
Until you fuck her over.
There you go. Okay. You did what? No.
Oh, Cindy, do what you need to do, because after you say what you said, I got to share the casino stories.
What you gotta? When I say things, I don't remember. What the casino? What?
Well, you and Megan had your casino rants against other women casino players at the slot machine.
Not me, Megan. I don't know any. I don't play. That's my daughter.
Oh, I want to share even more. That's great. But go ahead, Cindy. Finish what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying that. Okay.
What's good?
You go ahead, Lisa. Say it because you're laughing.
No, you got to finish your thought. Finish your thought.
No, I said that everything you said was right. We support everybody, but like the lady says, if you're going to be treating somebody wrong, including me, then I don't need it. I said that before. I just don't want to go there. I want a positive, happy place. Disneyland. Well, okay, go ahead.
So Cindy, her and her family are very tribal. Now they bicker amongst themselves, and it's funny to watch because they'll be like
tribal.
But I want to share something with you. There's stories about Megan was in a tournament, a slot machine tournament.
Oh yeah, slot tournament. Yes, I remember that. Okay, but I don't know the story one. Maybe I wasn't there when she was doing it. She won over $1,000 on that thing. She won
So Cynthia and Megan at 8:00 in the morning, they could be bickering.
Oh, okay.
And then they could go to the slot tournament, and one woman could just disrespect Megan. And the next thing you know, Cynthia and Megan team up and can't talk to me like that. What did you say? Oh, no, you didn't. You didn't say that. Look, this is my daughter. You don't talk about.
Let me put on my hat.
So there was a time when Cynthia and I were bickering, but it wasn't a big deal. It was and then, no. Cynthia was bickering about Megan, and I was sitting there listening. You know how moms they bicker about their daughter. So Cynthia's telling me the story about da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I go out and I have dinner with Megan and her boyfriend. And we're talking, and we start talking about conspiracy theories, okay? All kinds of things about Freemason shit, the whole thing.
Mason.
So Megan drives home. she starts sharing with her mom. I think we even talked about the statue that was in the house that was handed down to Cindy from grandfather.
The metal statue,
Okay.
with the sword.
So I'm just minding my own business. I had a good night talking to my niece, right? And everything. I get a phone call from Cynthia after she had spent like a week bickering about Megan. And she goes, "What did you say to my daughter?" Oh, all of a sudden she's your daughter?
Like right now?
What did you say to my daughter? I want to know. Because now she wants me to get rid of the statue and all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
and I know it's
lamb.
because of you.
Cookie jar. She wanted me to get rid of the cookie jar. The statue we got rid of I got rid of it.
Oh my God. I was like, oh my God. Next thing you know, it's my daughter.
So
that's how she is. It's like, don't come in my territory.
So our cousins bring me, Grandpa passed away, and I always wanted the ballerina with the little doll thing, and then I wanted the statue with the sword. It was it metal? It was like solid.
It was
metal.
made out of copper iron or something like that.
But I never realized that the sword was real, because one of Greg's friends sitting there, and they all thought it was a really cool statue.
Yeah, Grandpa had great artwork.
Yes, but one of his friends was like looking at it, and he cut himself. He's like, "This thing is real, and you need to be careful. You got a little girl here." And I didn't realize that. I never,
because he had it on the floor.
Huh?
He had it on the floor.
Exactly. I had it on the end table. So I went like, "Oh my God." And it nailed him. I mean, like, so anyways, I got it and I put it somewhere else. I think I put it on top of Greg's, he had one of those record players that had the boombox and everything, like the big stand ones. So he
had a piece of furniture. He had a piece of furniture that was a stereo.
Put the thing on, boom, the whole house will vibrate. Yeah, he had one of those stereo system.
Mm-hmm.
So I put it on top, and Barbara Knight came, and she was having some hard times, and she stayed at her house for like a month. Okay, my friend Barbara. So she comes over, and we're all asleep. I mean, like dead sleep. And all of a sudden, in the living room, sounded like something like thump, like boom, right? That even the birds start fluttering. I have 2 parakeets, And I was like, "What was that?" I go, Greg, wake up. I go, "Someone's in the living room." And Barbara Knight goes, knocking on our door. Cindy, I go, "You don't need to knock on the door. The door's open because we can hear Megan."
Yeah.
And Megan and her together. She goes, "I think someone came in the house, like the sliding door, the apartment, right?" So this is a true story. And Megan woke up, like our little girl woke up. Megan was like maybe 93 and 45, 6, 9, 7, 8, 98. She was 5. Megan was 5. So Greg gets up, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" I go, "Barbara and I and Megan heard something in the front living room." So of course Greg gets up with his chonies on. I mean, I'm like, thank God he was wearing chonies. Barbara's like, "Okay." Greg goes out there, and
did he wear boxers or did he wear briefs? I'm just curious.
No, it was one of those cotton ones. His mom used to buy them, like those, and it had like stripes, Megan's all like,
"Wait a minute, we have drama in the conversations. Just keep it going because it's good."
So anyway, Greg's walking around with his little boxers, and Greg's thin, right? So he's Barbara's like, so he goes out there. "There's nobody here, and this and that. You guys are hearing things." She goes, "No, we heard it, So finally, you know, Megan's afraid to go back to sleep. So Megan comes, sleeps with us. Barbara Knight's like all afraid, you know, she's like, I'm like, okay, we're all going to go to bed together. So we all go in the living room, but Greg goes sleeps back in the room. Greg goes, Megan, well, I'm going to go sleep with Daddy since you and Barbara are I'm like, okay, so we'll sleep with Dad. We didn't
It's
hear
not,
anything.
according to Peyton, it's not drama, but it's okay. That's my brother. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay. They're the three of them, and they're like, you know, talking.
Yakety,
So
yakety,
anyway,
yakety.
I love
Okay.
it. I love it because
So-
we do the same thing too.
Right. So anyways, so I go, we didn't hear anything anymore. A week later, thump.
And Barbara Knight's not there.
Well, this time, no, Barbara was there. This time Greg heard it. And Greg goes, what was that? Now this time, nobody, it was like Megan had her TV on, so Barbara's watching TV. I'm watching my TV, you know, we're watching our TV. Greg goes, what was that? And they're like, Megan, did you hear that, Dad? Did you hear that? And we're like, Greg goes, that thing's got to go.
What do you think it? Well, where was the work of art? Where was it? Still on the stand?
First it was on the end table. So then I moved it up. But we had like the big stereo system,
right?
So
and you moved it up there,
right? So
it was trying to get down on the floor.
Seriously, I am seriously. And Barb, you know, and she says, you know, I don't think it was too. The sound was too.
Boom.
I mean, it was like even
like
the birds,
big old metal thumping boots.
but
like,
the thing was still up there. And Greg just said, you know what? This is going to go. You know what I mean? He goes, first of all, it's too dangerous. It has a, you know, you can hurt yourself. And it was just like.
So how did you get rid of it?
We took it to the Salvation Army. And left it on the back.
So you gave it to somebody else.
Greg just stuck it in the car.
Okay, here's the story. I got to tell you the story.
But I didn't.
Greg, I know.
Greg didn't believe in it, but he wanted. What's going on? Oh, okay.
You and Greg always had stuff breaking down in the house, and you also had some financial problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things. Remember when Greg got laid off, blah blah blah. Everything else.
But we also had the lamb. Okay, so
I'm talking about the lamb.
Okay, all right.
The lamb story. So, okay, so when granddad passed away, there were a lot of people. Grandfather did very well. He had a lot of shit in the house. So they started giving people stuff. And I remember them calling me and I said, I don't want anything from the house. I don't need anything. I'm good. Okay. I've never had the best of relationships with my elders in my family. So I just let it go. Anyway. So Cindy got the statue and she got the lamb.
Right.
Yeah. So she got a couple of things. And I didn't have anything, but that's regardless of that. It doesn't matter. But anyway, so Megan always felt weird about the lamb, right? She always had
not like the lamb
a
because
weird
remember
energy.
she was a little girl. She remembers that metal thing, you know.
Yeah.
So
now you got the lamb.
Yeah.
And the lamb's always been there. And every time I would go over to the house, Cindy's house, that effing lamb would be up on the countertop. And I was like, every time I looked up, I was like,
well, first it was on the counter.
There's that damn lamb.
Then I moved it on top, like up in the top. So when Demon was young, Hallie, Asha, and Dakota would bark up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It catch their attention.
And nobody would be around.
Right.
And they could be sitting there, dead sleep, get up, and they'd go right up there and bark up there. And it was like, there's nobody there. And for a long time. And that's when you told Megan about all that stuff. That was it. And Megan said, you know what, Mom? The dogs run over there and bark at it. I mean,
and I'm not comfortable with it.
yeah, I just think it was just weird. It was just, Greg didn't believe in it, but he also he felt weird about it.
So then the guys gave the lamb to Lance to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
Lance took it to the Goodwill too. But he did say prayers over it. He said prayers
Something
over it.
wasn't right. Something
He
wasn't
said prayers
right.
over it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he gave it to the Goodwill.
And guess what? None of the dogs bark at anything anymore.
And nothing. And then you guys had a financial win.
A lot of things started changing.
Changing.
Not like the dramatic things, but it was just like not as much. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And I think about it. I just like, God, that was weird. You know what I mean? Just weird. I can't explain it, and I said my prayers and everything, but Greg never believed it, but he wouldn't say it.
Yeah. No, he believed it. He just didn't talk about it. He didn't want to believe it.
You're probably right. Yeah. Yeah.
But Megan was very vocal about getting
Greg
that stuff out of it.
But see, Megan didn't like it when she was young either. You know, she never liked any of those two things.
And Mom, okay, so we have a very old-fashioned, everybody needs to know this. We have a very old-fashioned Latino family. And Grandpa was very religious, but not with one particular faith. Like, I heard shit about the Rosicrucians, the this, the that. Like, they was always dabbling in different religions. And our father, Cindy and I, Dad, he was a Roman Catholic. And we had to go to catechism. We had to get baptized. We had to get confirmed. We had to have Holy Communion. I mean, it was like a thing. Okay.
Well, he also graduated from Cathedral High School.
Yeah. And it was a thing.
Yeah.
So Mom all went along with it. But and I noticed that the family never came to any of our events. Like they didn't come to our confirmation. They didn't come. I think they were at the baptism. I think Ray
they went to your baptism, but
I went to your baptism because you're
well, I was a little girl. I was living in Grandma's house.
But your godparents was Pat and Amy.
Yes.
Yes. Was Mom's oldest brother. My godparents was like Dad's friends or his what they call those compadres or tios, whatever. Yeah.
Compadres, I think it's called.
Yeah, something like that, right? Hermano, all that stuff. So anyway. So all that stuff had to be done, but I know that my mom had like a big party for the baptism. It was a thing. But anyway, as we went for Holy Communion, confirmation, all that stuff, things started to die down. All I remember, and we're going to keep this really short because Cindy and I are planning to do a story about it, was some of the books that were in Grandpa's library disturbed me.
And that's all you're going to say.
That's all I'm going to say.
That is
yeah. And some of the things that happened in parts of the house that my grandfather lived in as a child, I remember experiencing temperature changes. And there's a moment that Cindy told me that I went through that I never, ever remembered. Like, I think I was in shock, so I never remembered it. And Cindy made sure to tell me, Annie Monty, bless his brother, you're amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that's nice. I have to admit, though, two of my friends happened to go to Grandpa's house. Like, I took them with me, and they both experienced coldness.
Yeah, like bone chilling.
There's no way. They didn't go at the same time. They went different years.
I'll bet it was in that damn bathroom.
And the hallway between Grandpa's house, between Grandpa's room, that whole section there and that back bathroom.
The back bathroom was like,
but even the middle bathroom, it was weird. So when you went into the middle bathroom, one part was cold, but one part was warm.
which middle bathroom? The middle bathroom that was between the den and the kitchen?
No, that's the back bathroom. We're talking about the grandpa's
in the hallway.
room. There's a bathroom.
Yeah. Okay, that one that was in the hallway. Yeah.
That was weird though, because even Charlotte said it. It was like
cold
she
in
said.
here.
She goes, it was cold, and then it was like it was weird. It was like, how can you be cold here and be warmer here?
And the bathroom that was between the den and the kitchen was always bone chilling cold.
Oh my God. It was ice.
Like teeth
Even
chattering
when you
cold.
closed, remember he had the little windows that you opened it up and closed
Yep.
it? It was still cold.
Teeth chattering cold.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, that's all. Everyone's getting blessings. Got 4 in the house. Yes, we're all blessing.
Well, we talked. The house has thus since been sold since the 90s. They got rid of the house, but it's just that fact that it happened. And there are some home like family trinkets that I don't own, but Cindy got rid of her family trinket.
After all that, definitely.
And there are family trinkets with family members in other states who, without inviting a story, they also tell a story. Like one of my family members in New Mexico has the miniature dolls. That was in the case.
Mm-hmm. We won't go into that.
Yeah, we're not going to go there, but we have family members and they have the dolls still. And they had the dolls in the house. And they finally had to take them out of the house and move them in another location because they couldn't take it anymore.
That's weird. That's weird. I don't even, so even when I'm talking about it, I get weird. It's like, oh.
And I don't get weird. I don't get it. But Mom, okay. Remember the cards Mom used to deck
She had
out?
tarot cards. She
Okay.
had, I think I don't know if we have them. I know they were in my house.
They were in your house?
I think I had them.
You had them in your house, like the house you live in now?
I don't know. I know I've seen them.
Because somehow they made it back into Mom's possession.
Then they were in the bag. They were in the bag.
And I'll tell you, I was furious when she.
I don't even like. I'm like.
I was like, what the hell? Oh no, we're not. No, we're not. And she's like, what is it? What's wrong? These have been. I'm like, no,
They're old though. They're antiques.
Never. I know. And the thing is that like Lance told me, you just can't get rid of those things. Like, I don't understand what the thing is, but I mean, he was like, I said, no, Lance told me, calm down. You're empowering it. Mm-hmm. He said, you need to do this. You need to take its power away. Okay. So Lance and I have been together for a while. And guess what? Because Lance told me the same about the lamb. Because Lance is very faithful, very full of faith, and he reads the Bible and stuff. He was like, you got to take its power away. You got to say you don't have power. And when you tell that, it will dissipate. You don't give it anything. It's just an object. He was like, you see this? This is an object. That's all it is. And that's probably how Greg thought about it too. That's why he took it.
Yeah. See, Greg didn't believe in ghosts and he didn't believe in stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now that he's not here, I don't know. Don't come say hi to me.
Lance believes in spiritual beings. Lance believes, in spirits. He believes in visits. Like he says, every single time we're outside and he's working in the garden and he sees a butterfly or he sees a dragonfly. Who sees dragonflies? Well, we see dragonflies. And Lance goes that The butterfly is Richard, his father figure.
Oh, well,
in
that's a good way
prison.
of seeing it. Yeah.
His prison father figure. And the dragonfly is his father figure, Richard.
Okay.
And the butterfly is his great father figure, David. So he's like, oh, there's David, or there's.
But
and
you
then
know what? Remember that day when I saw what's her name down the street, I still today believe I did. I mean, I was only 14 years old. I wasn't.
Well, yeah, children see things like, and that's why Megan felt energy from that.
Right. And when mom was watering the yard and I was standing next to mom and saw her coming up in the station wagon, or it was a car, those days everything was big. I saw her waving at mom. I saw her waving at mom. I mean, they came right up to, because that's where they had to stop by her house. You make a stop, you make a right. I remember that. Oh, there she goes. She's going to be going for her surgery. And then we found out what happened. We're talking about months later, not even thinking about it. It was summertime, I think because I was outside at 6:30 at night wearing shorts. And I go, she's down the street. And nobody thought about it. I walk in, I go into the kitchen, to the living room. I go in the back room doing something. And then dad goes, what does Cynthia say? Like, it didn't click on him until after. And my mom goes, what? Mom, what, Porky? She's in there doing their dishes. And he goes, what did she say? And my mom goes, nothing. He goes, no. She said something when she came.
She said she saw the lady down the street.
Right. So he comes up I can hear dad coming down the hallway. He goes, Cynthia, he goes, what'd you say? And I go, what? He goes, when you came in and through the garage. I go, oh, I saw Jerry down the street. He goes, Jerry's dead. And that's when I was like.
So you know how I was about dad passing. I was kind of like very stoic. Okay, dad's gone. And ever since he had passed, when Carl and I would go down the grocery aisle, a loaf of bread would fall off the loaf of bread always would fall off of the shelf.
All the time.
So Carl says that's your dad talking to you to let you know that he's here.
That's so cool. He actually felt that, huh?
Yeah. Well, he said that. He goes, they would just fall off. Like, it doesn't happen once. No. It happens twice, 3 times. It happens. So recently, I hadn't seen it in a while. And every now and then.
Cystic blemish right there hurts. So go ahead.
Okay. So every now and then, there's a loaf of bread that falls off of the shelf.
With no one touching it.
No
one's
one's
touching
there.
it. Just
like you just.
Okay.
So I would go, oh, that's dad. Maybe he's just saying, hey, I'm here. Hello, whatever.
Right.
So not too long ago, I work in a city that is the largest senior citizen community in the entire country, Seal Beach. So I'm working and I'm with a lady, and all of a sudden I'm talking to her, but down on the other end of the aisle, a loaf of bread falls off of the shelf. And she goes, oh, I go, no worries. That's just my dad. He lets me know that he's here.
And she's like,
put it up there. She goes, oh, I know exactly what you mean. She goes, I'm not even surprised. I go, yeah, it's just my dad. He's telling me he's here.
Oh my God. That's so funny. That'd be like a burrito falling off the shelf.
Yeah. But it's always a loaf of bread. It could be like hamburger buns, hot dog buns, a loaf of bread.
Dad like Weber bread.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's a loaf of bread. I'm like, oh, okay. And it doesn't just like fall.
It falls.
It goes
like push.
Boop. Yeah, it gets pushed off. Boop. Like
that's a cool thing to think about,
So it's nice that everybody is supporting Todd. Yes, I think that Todd only I'm sending only good energy to Todd tonight. That's it. And Todd, you get a good energy. Period. Okay. This is a safe place, but this is a neutral place. So I appreciate you feeling confident enough to share your personal experiences, but also I'm comfortable enough to tell you that that's not my personal experiences. But
Right.
it's a safe place, and we're just setting good energy. So, okay.
And we're always going to turn everything around to a positive.
Yeah, you have to. And I'll tell you, there's a lesson I learned in all of this. When I was very young, when I was young and I was in the industry that I worked in, and I was young, I had a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a particular person that for some reason I didn't get along with. And this person didn't like me either. And the reason why is this person found me as a threat. So he would lash out on me and whatever. Didn't really make any difference. But anyway. So my mentor says, I want you to do this. Do me a favor. Within the end of the year, I want you to make friends with this person. For whatever reason. He was like, it has nothing to do with ego. It has nothing to do with right or wrong. He goes, it has everything to do with, you never know when this person might need your help someday, but also you might need this person's help someday. And the fact that you guys are supportive to one another means that you've grown and have that support system. So,
and right here, it says, always have fun, cherish everything, friends around you. Life is too short.
Life is too short.
This is what I wrote down. Isn't this weird? And then life does not diminish. If you see it, life changes as we go. And the values stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your values the same.
Don't always stand by your convictions, but don't just cut people out of your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you never know, that person may actually need you someday, mm-hmm. and you're going to respond gracefully, but also you may need that person someday and you want him or her to respond to you gracefully.
Right. Yes. And this is what it says here, and that's why I really enjoyed watching those ladies, because like I said, they all said it differently, but they all came out the same.
Yeah. They all have different ways of looking at it. Just like the 12 apostles, the stories are all different. They all were at the same place at the same time, saw the same damn thing happen, but they all share a different perspective of everything that happened during those last days, during their days with him. It doesn't matter. Like Lance and I.
And who knows that maybe that's why I read all this, because right now we're talking about it. I don't know what made me write all that down.
Right. And this is probably for Todd. We wrote it down. We saw all the stuff because maybe God wanted us to be here for Todd tonight. Maybe he's, we don't know what Todd might be going through, but
exactly,
he obviously felt safe enough to share something. And we're here to say, that there's a different way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Messages are all over.
We're never going to go like this. There's always a saying.
No, because I'll tell you,
anybody,
100%, it's painful when it happens to you, and it's happened to me so many times. I've had friends turn their back on me. I have stories of friends with whom I've supported, I've given all of my energy to. We were friends. We've traveled together. We experienced great times together, and the breakup or the disconnect was over some of the most stupid shit you've ever known. Dumb. I had a friend who broke off a friendship with me for something so ridiculous, it doesn't even matter to this day. She said
probably didn't even matter then.
She said to me, because we're talking about the year 2000. And I was like, yeah, I'm really disillusioned by both parties. I'm probably going to vote for Ralph Nader. And she said, a vote for Nader is a vote for Bush. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but the guy's running and I might vote for him because I'm disillusioned by this. Mm-hmm. So one day we're coming close to the election and she says to me, you know what? Our friendship she says, depending on who you vote for, we're going to have to go back and reevaluate our friendship.
Oh,
Smug as shit. And I was like, you and I have been friends for like a decade. And you're telling me this? A decade. I've been there for you, for your mom, for everybody, for this and that. You've been there for me. You're telling me that over this one, and this is in the year 2000. Nobody even remembers who these people are. And
when you just said that right now, I totally forgot who that person is now.
She
anyways.
ruined a friendship over
that.
some of the most stupid shit that nobody even reads, nobody even cares about. Entire generation has no clue who we're talking about.
That's so sad. That's so
I
sad.
never broke the real. I've never, and I want to share something with you.
You too, Andy Montong.
Nanny Mon, thank you.
Have a nice,
I've
blessed
never
night.
broken off a relationship with anybody. People have broken off their relationships with me simply because I'm not gonna like bow down and agree with everything that everybody says, but I'm just gonna be myself. And you accept me like I accept them. So if they break off the relationship with me, I'm not the problem. They're the problem.
Exactly. Let me check something here before I forget. Because it's almost 7 o'clock. Let me make sure before I'm sorry, Lisa, I didn't mean to do that. We had 11 views on Facebook. So I want to thank you. Go ahead, Lisa. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not done. I'm fine. I'm done. It's all good.
No. I'm just saying that what's happened to you, I just want to make sure I said thank you to them. What's happened to you, you don't want to do it to others. That's why. It's like, when it happens, why would I want to do that? Yeah.
You know, I've had that happen to me. And like Carl, I don't want to be married anymore. Over the most stupid shit. Like, these things aren't even an issue anymore, but I don't want to be married anymore. If we were still together to this day, it would not be an issue anymore.
Yeah, we're in 2025. How many years? 13 years ago? And where is he at now? Where is he at now? Which is so sad, but it's true. I know.
Dumb people let their ideology and their knowledge and, you know, my friend, she got really weird after she became a teacher.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
After she became a teacher, she got weird. And we couldn't talk anymore. Right. Before we were able to have a conversation, everything was on the table. Everybody had their own opinion. But after she became a teacher, things got weird. Like she started saying things like, well, I don't appreciate that kind of humor. You know what I mean? It's like, we used to talk about this before. All of a sudden, I don't appreciate that kind of humor. Or movies. We used to go to movies. I'd say, you know what? I want to go check this one out. Well, you know, that's just not intellectually responsible. I was like, you know what?
It's a movie.
It's a freaking movie. You know, and she started to become, and then she started traveling with her teacher friends.
Uh-huh.
And then talking about how we're going to, you know, write a book. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden it was all about, I want to be the teacher of the year and all. And it's like, okay, I think it's great.
Right.
Do whatever you want, you know, but that whole, well, depending on who you vote for, we're going to have to go back and reevaluate our friendship. That's a very mature thing to say.
Yeah, it is. And to someone that you were friends since you were kids. Yeah. You're like, wow.
I know, exactly. Wow. You know, you'd say things to me like, well, that's not, you know, you would say like, I don't appreciate that kind of humor. And I would go, okay, like not a big deal. You know, you don't have to show up. It's fine. You don't appreciate that humor. That's fine. I didn't judge. I just knew, but I did notice, I'd be like this, like going, something's not right.
Something's not right here.
Something's changing with my friend. You know.
Hold on. Did you not hear that?
I heard it.
That's telling me I need water in this bowl.
But we're also, when you come back, we're coming upon the 3.5 hour mark. So we are going to sit back when Cindy comes back and gives the babies their water. We're going to be coming back and probably closing off the show. And I think that we learned a lot tonight, you know, and I hope we offered value and some wisdom to the viewers on the show. And we're able to, you know, open up some dialogue between you guys, because I know that we sensed something, but we weren't sure. I don't want to get in the middle of it because I really don't care, you know.
Hi, Lisa, you're so funny, but it's true. Okay, we want to say thank you to my ND Games. We want to say thank you to Quan. I think it's Quan or Con. I didn't know the days of my life was on. Oh, I didn't see that.
She was on here tonight. You said hi.
I did?
Yes.
Okay. All right. See Niall Cindy. Okay. Peyton Smile, we want to thank you so much. Fantima, we want to thank you so much. Marishu. Let's see, anybody else? That will be, there was somebody else, I think there was. Oh, I guess that's it. Oh, here she is right here. Don't go yet. I'm enjoying listening to you both. I'm sorry, you're still up. I didn't see you. Did I say,
well,
I hope I said hello.
This is a good thing. Yeah, this is a good, yes, days of mine we said hello because we were talking about.
Good. Sometimes when I'm talking, and you know what I noticed tonight? That I'm coming. Jeez.
Because I have a pregnant feral cat in the neighborhood I need to go feed. Her name is Mama.
Did you hear her? Get up and bring me some water. What Asha does, she throws the bowl now. Like,
she wants you to get attention that she wants the water.
So I get out of my bed or whatever, even here. Now the little one's doing it now, you know.
Because she's learning from the oldest dog.
Also too, so if anybody wants to be on her show, Lisa has an email and I have an email. So email us and then we'll set up a date and time for that. So we'll do it together. But you have to email us and then we'll do it right.
We'll coordinate when you're available and when
we're all available. So I wanted to say that. I'm going to say that every time after the show. Okay. The second thing, we do appreciate you being here. We appreciate that you liked us talking. And what else I wanted to say before I forget? I think that
we'll be back on Saturday. Are we going to be back on Saturday?
We're going to be back on Saturday at 4:00. I'm working around Lisa's schedule because Lisa's off certain days, but Lisa's birthday's coming up in a couple of weeks. So during that time, we won't schedule anything, but I think, you know, we will let you know. Look out for our posts. It'll tell us when we're coming on live. If you have any comments you would like us to talk about, please put it on the comments. But I have an email on my under my, what is it? Oh, my stomach's growling.
Profile.
Thank you.
And also, if you have questions, send them over to Cindy, because Cindy writes everything down. And let her know if what you think would be a great topic to discuss. Okay.
Yes. So, and hit the likes and love hearts. We do love it all. Okay, so we're going to be coming to an end. Lisa, thank you for chit-chatting, and we discussed all kinds of things this evening. It was very nice.
Yeah, definitely. If you're still here, guys, great to see you, and we'll be seeing you on Saturday.
We'll see you on our next live. Bye, everyone.
Bye.